The Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Superior Adventures Guild. My name is Dave, your humble dungeon master, host, and pal, and we are going to be diving into another episode of Heroes of Greyhawk, a game that we've been playing for quite some time now. There's been some ups, some downs, and a lot of sideways. It's been really fun along the way, and I'm glad that you've been here to hang out and play with us. Big shout out to the chat for last week, rolling some dice and putting the pressure on the players. Speaking of players, let's introduce you to my good friends, my good buddies, the gang. Hey, gang.
Heyo.
Heyo.
What is up?
How's it going? Huh?
Great over here.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, so we're back. We're going to play some D&D.
All right.
But before we do that, I would love for each of you to introduce yourselves once again, because I forgot who you are. It's been a week. And fill us in on what you've got going on, if there's anything you want to plug, and tell folks who you're playing tonight. Let's start with Shelly tonight. Hey, Shelly.
Okay. Hey, I'm Shelly. You can find me on X. Is that what we're calling it now? Whatever. Twitter.
Probably.
That whole thing. Whatever. Real Flea Monkey. You can also find me on Discord and Twitch as Flea Monkey. Tonight, I am playing Nori P. Bibblespark, the Pomegranate of Death, ready to deal out some damage and help her people with weird things that they have going on that she doesn't.
Deal out some damage and deliver some package.
Are we talking about rashes again?
I haven't investigated everybody.
Nori brings the salve. Apply that salve, Nori. Hey, that got awkward real quick.
Yeah, it did. That's my job. Mission accomplished.
Hell yeah.
Package delivered.
Package delivered.
Look, does Nori have a middle name? You said Nori P. Bibblespark?
Yeah.
Do we know what that is yet?
P?
Oh, well, I do.
Okay. All right. You got
Letter
to have
P.
Gilbert.
Paulina.
Proboscis.
All wrong.
Okay. Well, maybe someday we'll get to that.
Yeah, I'll spring it on you later.
Yeah. Speaking of springing, let's jump over to Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Oh, hello. Why am I springing?
Because you remind me of springtime, a beautiful spring day.
Aw, that's very
Gold
sweet.
springs.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley. And you can find me at Minnesota Muse on Threads. Minnesota Muse on Blue Sky, Minnesota Muse 99 on Threads. There we go. And, Minnesota Muse on the Discord. And in case you want to come join us and play games with us, come on down. And I am playing for you tonight, Xanthi, the golden girl who is a celestial changeling sorcerer type. So her skin's all gold and her eyes are bright yellow and, she shoots fire.
That's a lot. That's a lot to unpack right there.
I like complicated characters.
Mm-hmm. And so do we. And we're glad that you're the one playing them. Actually, you guys are all complicated. Speaking of complex backstories with layers like an onion, let's jump over to my good friend, Andy. Hello, Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3 on the internet, like in places like Twitch and Twitter. Tonight, I will be playing Desmond Adelar, a.k.a. Desmond Thorne, a.k.a. Des the Dog. Collector of curses, card shark gambler, ne'er-do-well.
Wow.
Just so excited to finally have some coin.
That's right. We
burning a hole in his
finally
pocket.
have some.
We're rich.
Now you
No,
just
so
need to
much
make
loot.
it back to a place where you can exchange it for things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Countryside isn't that place.
That'll be
They
fun.
take those coins
All the time.
everywhere, right?
The old elven coins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
sure.
Common currency here.
Oh boy.
Gold, silver.
Those are like artifacts. Artifacts.
So they're gonna be
That's
worth
not
a
just
lot of
coin. Exactly.
Well, then it'll be worth even more.
Hey, let's jump over to the most worthwhile guy in Canada.
Canada?
Yeah. Our good friend Bleak. Hello, Bleak.
Ahoy, ahoy, ahoy. What's up? How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing great. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a long week. I missed you guys, but I'm glad to be back and excited to hear what you have to say about things.
Well, let me first say that you can find me on Blue Sky as Bleak Season and on Twitter as The Bleak Season, and I'm not going on Threads or any of the other ones because it's already too much. But there you go. That's where I am. Thursday, me and Andy doing some Lord of the Rings action here, and on Saturday, Dragonbane here, noon Eastern, 7 CT. So come and hang out. We're gonna roll some dice, kill some things, hang out, have fun. Otherwise, I am playing Lachlan Felspar, the oft deceased and revived cleric of the group, and also the most electrifying corpse in all of Greyhawk.
You're my favorite dwarf to bring back from the brink of death.
That touches
Aw.
me in ways that I can
Wait, did Lachlan go down last time?
Yes.
Every time.
What?
Every time this
He
happens.
almost died, dude.
I think I blanked that out.
He was
Lachlan
death
always goes
saving.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That was the
Always.
closest that you've gotten to true
Yeah.
PC death, though, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into
That
death
was-
saves is
Terrifying.
It
Yeah,
really
because
was.
Dave could have been a jerk and like had the thing swing at me, which would have pretty much. But
Right.
Well, actually,
I
Dave
should-
did.
He
Dave
did.
tried to.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Dave
right.
tried to.
I'll have to
And he
take a
rolled.
note.
He rolled a
Let
natural
Spug
one.
die.
He missed.
Save Lachlan.
No,
missed an
not
unconscious guy
Spuggy.
on the ground.
Come on.
That's right. You missed me.
Spuggy could be a very
Spug
powerful
almost
wizard
died.
someday. You
Yeah.
know, he could save the world.
He's totally gonna turn evil, and we're gonna have to fucking kill him when we're like level 10 or something.
Yeah, just be nice to him.
This
Yeah.
is Buggy's villain
This is his backstory.
Origin story.
This is-
story.
This is Bug's backstory.
Yup.
We
You guys
were
are
real
playing.
nice to him, and then we ditched him in a shady ass town.
Yep.
Next thing you know, he's out there talking about how much he hates sand.
Wait till he finds out that Desmond is the one that stole his spell book. I don't even think he knows that yet.
Bum bum bum.
What?
I didn't know
What?
that.
Yeah,
I
what
didn't even know
indeed?
that.
What indeed? What indeed, Shelley?
I feel like a ton of bricks
Don't
has just
believe
fallen
him.
on my head.
Yeah.
Don't believe him.
Yep. Big
that's true,
reveals,
yeah.
and we haven't even started playing yet. All right, so look, thank you all for being here. I love you guys dearly. I can't wait to see you all for GuildCon, which is coming up pretty darn soon, like 5 weeks away. GuildCon is a gathering in real life of people who hang out in the guild and play games and are friends. And so it's going to be really fun to see people in 3 dimensions. We don't get to do it very often, and it will be up in Duluth, Minnesota. If you want to learn more about it, come on over to our Discord and check it out. Here, I'll put the link in the Discord for the Discord in to the chat. Hey, Insomnia Night, welcome. Okay, so I was going to mention a couple other things really quick. Virtual Greyhawk Con. Registration is open to get in on a weekend of gaming in Greyhawk. It's $5 to play games all weekend. The registration for games begins on August 14th, so just 2 weeks away. I highly recommend you get in on that. I'll be running a game. Hopefully you can come and play with me. There's going to be a lot of great, fun things happening that weekend to celebrate Greyhawk and this pretty awesome Greyhawk community. So please give that a look. Let's see, I could probably even drop a link in the chat for it. There we go. Go check it out. I think you'll like it. It was, for me, it was one of the first things I did when I started streaming, and it connected me with a bunch of great people. So it could be the same for you. So Virtual Greyhawk Con, go check it out. I also want to make sure that people realize that we have a sponsor, CZRPG Publishing, and tonight, Christian and his team at CZRPG have donated to us the Ultimate River Map Pack. We're going to be giving that away tonight. Our giveaway is live, ! Drawing to get in on that giveaway. We will draw one lucky winner at the end of tonight's stream. You do have to be here to win, so please keep that in mind. Hang out with us. There will be some other opportunities to get involved if you want to support our team and our players and our games and the artists that we turn around and commission for things like our logo and our character art that you saw. You can support us through a subscription or just follow and hang out. Whatever floats your boat down the Ultimate River map pack. Ooh, cool segue, Dave.
Nice.
Not really. I think that's it for the announcements. I'm excited to play in the Dragon Bane this weekend. Bleak is raising his hand. Yes, you in the back. Speak up, son. Can't quite hear you.
When does the signing up for the Greyhawk Con open, like for the games? Do you know off the top of your
August 14th. Yep, August 14th. The games are available for a sign up, and there's a lot of good ones on there already coming in. So, yeah. Any other questions from anyone? Thoughts? All right. Well, let's get into a quick recap from last week. It was quite a eventful session last weekend, my friends. And we made it through barely. So in the last session, our heroes narrowly escaped the fungal infestation beneath Twilight Falls. And we're going to get to that in a moment, but at first I want to provide a little bit of context because a lot of things have happened. We've got this ragtag party of adventurers, each of them bearing a burden of their own motivations. They converged in a region of Verbalbank near Emerity Meadows, where a fierce battle had been waged between the forces of evil and the forces of good 10 years agone. Drawn, as it were, to this place, they forged an unlikely alliance and set to work making themselves useful to the officials in Hamlet. They entangled themselves in some of the local politics. They battled to save the village from a bloody attack by gnolls that they kind of caused. Nevertheless, the town was saved, despite lives being lost, despite also an assassination attempt waged against the local druid, Jeru Ashstaff. A successful assassination attempt, I should say. Before succumbing to his wounds, he bid the party seek out one of his allies, a fellow druid named Shiral, who was on assignment, undercover in Nulb. So the party gave chase against the fleeing gnolls, following them on a path that led them into and deep below the old moat house ruins, where they fought none other than Lareth the Beautiful and his minions. To this fight was lost their companion, Norb Nair, a good-natured scholar, loved to give hugs. He liked to squeeze things, both friend and foe. Now, despite Norb's death, the party pulled themselves together and set off for Nulb after leaving the moat house, following the gnarly forest high road, encountering a new companion along the way, a gnomish sort, on a quest to recover an important family heirloom. The party aided our gnomish friend in their quest and headed north, discovering a tower haunted by a druidic alchemist before finally arriving in Nulb. Now, whereas Hamlet was welcoming and pleasant and serene, Nulb was dirty, despicable, disgusting. Nevertheless, the party wasted no time in searching for clues as to Shiral's whereabouts, and in doing so, they roused the suspicions, Desmond, of local river pirates under the employ of the Black Hand, a ruthless crime syndicate out of Verbo City. Now, after a pair of fairly eventful visits to the Glassfolk Marsh and a strange encounter with the Glassfolk hag, Mona, the party hired a riverboat and followed a lead, heading upriver to Twilight Falls. There was adventure, there was romance, there was mystery, not to mention a naked dwarf, and kegs, and some finger stuff. But I digress. We don't need to dwell on any of that. Once in Twilight Falls, the party made contact with the local Black Hand ringleader, a Gnomish fellow by the name of Gromlin Howertz. Gromlin gave them a job, hunting down the lizard folk clan that had been waylaying his cargo shipments and abducting his lumbermen from the forest. Hoping to gain Gromlin's trust before inquiring about their lost druid, the party set out to deal with Gromlin's lizard folk problem. You spoke with the logging camp's foreman, Whitmer Tarborg, who spit all over you and scoffed at the idea of the lizard folk, blaming instead the green jerkins who'd been giving him trouble for his unsustainable logging practices. Guided by a blonde beefcake named Carl, the party investigated the logging site and were visited by a jerkin ranger named Isaac, who confirmed the lizard folk infestation in the Elven ruins. Unwilling to get involved himself, he bade the party investigate the mysterious island to gain access to the ruins of Valago Ethiel, once home to the River King. And so the party delved in deep into the ruins, seeking to rescue or recover the missing lumberman, return with the head of the lizard folk chieftain, and perhaps scrape a bit of loot along the way. I would say at least one of those things was accomplished. Inside the subterranean ruins, the party encountered the lizard folk, creatures themselves infected by a strange fungal taint. Deeper yet, they discovered the River King's shrine, where they pledged a smidge of an oath to rewild the river and free the captive elven souls, allowing them to pass into the unimaginable happiness of Arvainth. In return, the River King bestowed upon them Elorian's gift of heroism to aid them in their quest, and to aid them it did. Deeper into the ruins, they found the source of the fungal infestation, a bizarre abomination of fungal evolution whose mycelial skein interwove the physical and metaphysical and psychotropic, I suppose, to wage battle against our heroes. Ultimately, our heroes prevailed, skewering the Reaper and escaping the crumbling grottos and halls of Valago Ethiel, emerging once again into the fog-shrouded island. This, my friends, is where we pick up tonight's session. You have emerged from the muddy orifice of the tunnel that you escaped through. Panting, you laid down perhaps to rest. I remember Spug Noir saying something about a vision that he'd had, something that troubled him or was occupying his thoughts nevertheless. And at a moment where you're having a conversation, you hear a cry from the darkness, a shout perhaps. My friends, what would you like to do?
What do you think the odds that that was a friendly shout? Like, hooray, party!
Where'd that come from?
Was that one of you screaming?
No.
I don't think so.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Xanthi just leans over and pokes Snorri to be sure. It sounds
didn't
totally
sound the
different.
same. Yeah, no. What if it's the loggers?
Why would they be out here? Why would they?
Maybe nothing has really been normal in there, so they could be out here.
We should check on our boat, probably.
So towards the scream or not?
Where
What's
was
the vote?
Towards the scream, I guess. You know, because
I mean, was the scream in the direction of the boat or not?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh,
I draw my sword and start going in the direction of the scream.
I'll summon my sword into being and run up
Stumbling.
with him.
The hell happened in there? I kind of lost part of it.
You were laying on the ground for a long time.
Oh, is that why my back is so stiff?
Yeah, you took a little nappy nap in the middle of battle.
You almost died.
Sorry. You were just a little too far away.
Well, I'm still here, I guess. That's all that matters.
It did all work out in the end. But I'm so glad we're all here.
We're not out of the woods yet. Keep your wits about you. You don't know what's screaming like this or what's making people scream like this.
Some of those
Pretty
lizards
nuts.
might have made it out.
I'm not in great shape, so.
I'll go in front. I feel great. I
good, too.
killed
I can
it.
go.
I killed it.
Dave, it's still dark out, right?
Yeah, so to remind folks, the surface of this island, which sort of has these elven ruins, maybe the upper peaks of some of the buildings, maybe that were covered in sediment and are certainly submerged beneath the water surface, is covered in a dark fog. So visibility is very difficult, and it is dark. You're not sure what time of day it is. You basically just emerge, and if you were coming on the day, you'd be like expecting to shield your eyes from the sun, but none of that. It's dark and gloomy. There are, and see some of these sort of iridescent clouds, these spores kind of floating about the island still.
Xanthi just goes over to Lachlan and just gives him a little quick hug and says, "I'm sorry." And she gives him a cure wounds, 7 points of healing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that did it. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh, I think my spine's back where it's supposed to be. Thanks. Thanks.
Okay. Remember,
Are we going?
don't mess with the glowy things.
Yeah. So, moonsword out, leading the way.
Okay. So it gives off a little bit of light, so that helps. You can see sort of where you're going. You can see that you're on a bit of a path, maybe the path you came in on. You're not sure. You can hear, as you continue on, you can hear what appears to be swords clashing. Another cry from the mists before you.
Nori will be dashing.
Yes, she
Des will
is.
start.
Oh, you mean like moving quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
moving quick.
Once Nori starts booking it, Xanthi will chase after her.
There's a
All
fight.
right. So tell me this, what's the order? I've got Nori and then Xanthi, and then who's coming up after Xanthi?
Des will be up near the front.
All right. And then
Yeah,
Lachlan, are you in the back?
I got less movement rate, so I'm probably not gonna
Okay.
be up ahead.
All right. So Desmond, are you running too, or are you just moving at a normal pace? You see your companions take off into the mist.
Does it? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll
Thanks
chase
for the
after
follow,
them, for
Planet
sure.
Chaos Games. Appreciate you. All right, so you're running as well. Spugnoir is going to try to keep up, but probably doesn't keep up very well. So we'll say he and Lachlan are kind of at the tail end of this marching order. As you follow the sounds of whatever's happening in the mist before you, Nora, you're running, Xanthi at your heels. You can start to see as you race forward that there is a topography change, and it seems like you're up on a high spot. As you come down, you remember this from before, you're coming down and you can hear the water kind of lapping, and you look down as you're running and you can see there are two bodies, totally emaciated, torn apart, human bodies laying on the ground. You hear another cry. Ah!
What's that second cry coming from?
Keep running towards the cry.
Farther ahead towards the water shoreline you would expect. You come around a bend, you pass by these bodies, and you stop short in your path. 1 second, Des. You stop short in your path, Nori, and you see ahead of you a massive lizard folk abomination, this huge creature. Let me show you on the map here what we've got.
Does he look bloody at all? Does he look like he got whacked by...
Let's see, is that
Us
is
earlier?
that showing up on your screen?
Yeah.
All right, why isn't it showing up on mine? 1 second, there we go. Just took a minute.
Let me guess. It's the Red Crows.
1 sec. That's a really good guess, actually. That is a really solid guess. But no. And if it was, you wouldn't know, because you don't know the Red Crows. You only know them by
I know. Inside joke. Sorry.
yeah, by
Xanthi knows them by
what's the word I'm
reputation.
reputation. That's the word I was looking for. So you race forward and you can see that, yes, indeed, there is a massive lizard folk creature, and it is in battle with men of arms. Clash of sword, growls and roars. You can see as well that there are lizard folk kind of starting to swoop in and surround them. Nori, you can see from where you are that there is a massive lizard folk abomination that's already been killed, laying on the ground. There are some lizard folk dead as well. It looks like some sort of a battle is happening here, and you can tell it's a battle because the music is about to change. What do you guys want to do? Yeah, it's slapping, y'all. Hey, Wanderers Haven, welcome in. Great to see you. We can go into initiative if you'd like, or you can just give me kind of a broad, sweeping stroke of what you'd like to do.
Well, Dez is going to definitely want to help out, so he's going to pull out his crossbow and get ready to shoot the big guy.
Okay. How about Nori? What are you doing?
Nori's feeling still pretty juiced about our last battle, so she's going to run in, do a couple somersaults right up to the abomination.
Okay. Hold that thought.
And sword comes out.
Okay.
If it wasn't already.
All right. How about Xanthi?
Xanthi is going to, from a safe distance, fire bolt.
At what target?
The big one.
Okay. And Lachlan?
Lachlan is going to start making plans to open up a coffee shop, maybe an omelet or something like that, and sort of start thinking of his menu. But as he's doing that, he's going to step up, and what I would like to do is I'll take my turn. I learn. It takes me a while, but I learn. So I'm going to not go past Xanthi. I'm going to stop right in the back where Xanthi is. And I would like to take my turn to maybe get in an insight or perception roll to kind of see what's going on, who's here, who's involved, try to pick up, any sort of visual cues that would kind of give me an idea of exactly what the situation other than a bunch, because I don't know why these guys are here, and I'm like kind of wondering who they might be. So I'm going to try to sort out who these guys might be and kind of what's going on.
Okay. So Desmond, you pull out your crossbow and prepare to shoot, right? That was your sort of your preparation. Xanthi, you're going to cast Firebolt, so go ahead and roll an attack to hit. Nori, you can move your movement and put yourself where you'd like to be, given whatever your movement rate is, and you can make an attack roll as well. And then Lachlan, give me a perception check.
Right, sure, Governor.
And roll it with advantage, because as you do that, Spug Noir calls out, he says, "Over there!" And he points to a lizard folk creature right here.
Thank you for that, because my first roll was a 13, but my second one for the advantage was a natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
You thank Spug for that one.
Thank you, Spug.
Xanthi, what did you get for your attack roll?
That is what I rolled with advantage, for a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll some damage, please.
Was Des going to be able to roll with advantage?
This is not. We're not in initiative order. This was sort of what you plan to do before initiative starts. What was the total damage on that?
7 fire damage.
Okay. I suppose I should keep track of this. All right. That's how this game works. Numbers. Shelly, what is Nori going to do as she races in?
She would like to, at bonus action, hex on this creature.
Okay.
And then swing at it. Roll the 22.
That will hit.
For 9 damage.
All right.
5 necrotic, 4 regular. Oh, and I would also like to, as part of the hex, choose an ability that it will have disadvantage on. I'll choose Constitution.
Okay. All right. Lachlan, with your perception check, This music seems really loud in my ears for some reason. With your perception check, you look over at this lizard folk creature here. And you can see it looks over at you as if maybe it's going to come your direction, and you can see right away that a big difference in this lizard folk is that its eyes are not glowing green. It takes one look at you, it looks over at your friends, and it ignores you and races in to attack these other humans that are on the beach here. Let's go ahead and roll initiative since you guys have attacked.
Kill them all!
Kill them all.
Oops.
See, I rolled a 14 for Dez's initial attack. Does that miss the big guy?
Did you say that you attacked or that you just prepared an attack?
Oh, I'll hold off.
Okay.
This was a bad roll.
I thought you said that you were just getting ready to attack.
I thought I was going to get attacked, but that's all right. I don't care.
All right.
Initiative.
Yep. 25 to 20.
That would be 23 for Dez.
Okay. 15 to 20. $10 to 15.
14.
14 for Xanthi. Nori, what do you have?
I got a 9.
And Lachlan?
Muted.
Sorry, 17. Do you want me to roll for Spug?
Sure. 17.
Spug, yay. Another natural 20. It's the second one in a row.
Use them all
That
up
was-
now.
Yeah, but that was for
You
Spug.
do.
I had 17. That's right. Let's use them all up now.
Nori with the 9. Okay. Okay, so the lizard folk go first. And you guys watch as this big boy here. Get out of there. This big one here just takes, it looks like they've been in combat for some time, but he takes a huge swing and topples two of these humans, just drops them to the ground. The other lizard folk are going to make some attacks on this other guy over here near the boats. You can see that there's 2 boats as well. They miss. And they miss. And it looks like this one over here, you can kind of barely see, is on top of this dead human, just like devouring him, just eating him and pulling his entrails out, having a good old time. That brings us to Desmond.
Before my attack, can I look around and see, do I recognize any of these dead guys on the ground?
Give me a quick perception check.
Pretty good. 19.
Yeah, you do recognize them.
Are they?
You have a hard time placing them, but one of the people laying at your feet, all bloody and dead and torn apart, you could recognize as someone that you saw in Nulb.
Guys who were like trying to kill us. They
Well,
were
they
like
sent
sent
another-
to snuff us out.
I think they sent another bunch of people from. Anyway.
Or the same ones because we didn't know. Well, we killed some of them. The time paradox
Des?
thing in the swamp.
Well, seeing Nori up in combat, I'm going to take a shot at the big guy.
I don't think it's these guys.
Let them fight.
I'm going to use my steady aim feature to give myself advantage on this shot.
Okay.
I won't be able to move after this. And I haven't moved yet. All right. That's 25 to hit.
Yep, that will hit.
Uh, 14 piercing.
Very nice. Okay, yeah, you fire off a bolt. It flies through the air and hits it right in the back of the neck. It just reels back as it just got done basically gutting these two humans in front of it. Kind of turns around and sees Nori right at its feet. Anything else, Desmond? Do you have anything else, or does that take your turn to do the?
No, that's my action and my bonus action.
All right, so that brings us to the humans that are on the beach here, and this guy over by the boats has just watched all of his friends go down. He is going to disengage and he's going to go to the boat and start pushing the boat. We'll see how he does.
That's our boat.
It's funny you say that, Xanthi, because as you watch him running, it's a little hard to see, but that's not your boat.
Oh, okay. Is ours the busted one to the right?
Possibly.
The wood will still float.
So he's going to try to get out of there on a boat. It's on a boat, y'all.
Mostly.
There you go. That is his turn. Lachlan with Xanthi on deck. Oh no, Spug Noir is in there somewhere. What is Spug going to do? I think Spug is not going to... He's going to kind of hang back. Well, I guess, what do you guys want him to do? I know what I would have him do, but what do you want him to do?
I think he saw the way that he saw the other lizard guy and sort of what went on between us. I think it might be enough to make him hesitate as to what to do and not want to throw in on one thing or the other. And
that's kind of what I was thinking.
See what the rest of us do, kind of thing.
Okay, so he'll hold an action if Nori gets hit by this thing. Maybe he'll fire to protect Nori. How's that sound with a firebolt?
Sounds good.
All right, that brings us to Lachlan with Xanthi on deck.
I'm going to step forward through these two guys and say, stop. These lizard men are not tainted anymore. They're free from whatever was freaking their minds out. And I would like to try to get to Nori if I can. I don't know if I can reach her.
You can almost get to her.
And so as I'm going there, all right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my action to dash so that I get there. And I'm not going to be able to pull her back because I'm using my action to dash. But I will kind of get close to her. And I will say, Nori, back away. Don't fight it. And then I'll just kind of, knowing that the big guy's sort of looking at her, just be like, look, kind of interpose myself and then just sort of raise my hand up to him like, it's all right, big guy, it's all right, it's cool, and just sort of try to get him to understand. I know I can't pull her back or anything because I've used my action, but I'm going to try to sort of just, interpose myself and tell her to stop and to back off and to just kind of...
Give me a persuasion check. And make it with advantage.
Persuasion, a dirty 20.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this giant lizard creature, this Godzilla-like entity turns towards Nori as you're running up, and you kind of put your hand up a little bit to sort of like brace. And you can see that it stops. Its rage kind of like falters for a minute as it tries to take in what it's seeing. And it looks down at Nori and looks back up at you. That was a pretty solid persuasion roll, so we'll see how that plays out. Anything else from Lachlan?
No, I think that'll be it for him.
Okay, Xanthi, what do you want to do? Nori, you're on
I'm gonna
deck.
just shout at Lachlan. They are literally eating people over here.
Bad people. They're bad people.
But they taste so good.
They're from Nob.
I mean, they're not good people either, but... You know what? Xanthi is... Hold on a second. What have I got? That is a All right. She is going to message the guy in the boat and say, like, you better not leave us here or we will come and find you. What does he say back? You can reply to this message.
He doesn't reply. You just hear heavy breathing. What?
Oh, she's going to bonus action Misty Step onto that boat.
Oh, okay.
All right. Very cool.
All right.
Now, can you do that and message in the same turn would be the question.
Because it's a bonus action and a cantrip.
Very cool. All right. Yeah, you poof in a cloud of, I don't know, sparkly glitter, and you pop into the boat. And he's just like, oh, he's like trying to push the boat. He's like, a little help here. And you look at him and you recognize him.
Where do I recognize him
He's
from?
like, shit. You recognize him from the moat house.
Smidge.
No, not.
Get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to get out of here.
Oh, God, it's him.
No.
It's him.
Is it Brock?
Is he wearing shoes?
Why are you asking me if I'm Brock? Of course I'm Brock.
Get him.
I don't have any more action left, or I push him overboard.
Des would like to rage. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
I can't do
Nice
that.
try, pal.
Xanthe
Nice
yelled,
try.
Brock!
All
You know
right, so
what?
that's Xanthi's turn. Go ahead.
Oh,
Spug.
shit.
Spug could decide to shoot him with a firebolt.
He could, but he's not going to do that yet because his held action was to kind of protect Nori. But it is Nori's turn. What are you going to do, Nori?
Nori's feeling the vibe suddenly really change here. She doesn't know why, but Lachlan did ask her to stop or, say stop. So she is going to unsummon the sword, pet the lizard's leg like that, and then just kind of try to put herself in front of Lachlan.
Each of you is like, no, let me get in front.
No,
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
get
the
in
hit.
front.
No, I'll take the hit.
All right, I like it.
Locke is like, okay, go.
Yes, please. All right, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Fucking Brock.
Fuck. 7 and an 8. Probably not going to do it. I think that's a 10.
All right,
11.
it's something.
It's an 11.
It's something. Yeah, it's a smidge
Okay.
better than 10.
Nice patellas.
Oh, that's sweet. All right, so while that's happening, Xanthe, you're in the boat, and Brock is like trying to push it. You look down at him, you're like, Brock? And he's like, fuck. And then you look up and you can see these lizard folk are converging. But even the one that was devouring Brock's buddy gets up, blood all over its snout, and it comes over and they start to reach up and grab onto Brock. They look up at you for a moment as if they're going to go after you as well.
No, just
Hey,
get
Blue
him.
Box, thank you for the raid, Blue Box. Appreciate you all for being here. Yeah, welcome in. They look up at you, Xanthe, and as they do, you can see on their very sort of alien-looking expressions on their faces, it goes from one of ravenous rage to a sense of like confusion. And you can give me a perception check real quick as they start to back off.
Can I say in Draconic, like, no, you can have him?
You can say whatever you want.
Who should talk to?
A 10? Okay, yeah, you can see that they look down at you, and once they sort of acknowledge and understand something about you, you're not sure what, they start to back off. Do you actually say that?
Yeah, you can have
All right, they're going to move right back in, and they're going to ignore you, and they're going to tear him up. That is...
None of
going
the
to
rest
hit.
of you speak Draconic, right?
Okay, that's the first one. Brock is going to die. That's going to hit. No, Brock is dead.
Yeah.
You
Drag
watch
his
as
body away.
they tear Brock down, and they start to drag him away, and he's just like, ah! And they pull him off, and we'll leave the map for now as they recede into the mists. The large creature staring down at Nori and Lachlan looks at you both, confused, gazes at Nori a little bit longer than you might expect, and then just walks away into the mists as well.
I got the boat.
What happened to Brock?
What the hell is going on over there?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Where the heck is Brock?
You
Brock.
look over at this point and you can see that, well, Brock is gone. Like, he just got pulled off into the mists. You can see that your boat is completely smashed and dismantled, holes in it. It's sinking into the water. Hey, thanks for the follow, you guys. And yeah, there's a boat there.
Where is he? I'll kill him.
He's being eaten over on that hill.
Well, you know these guys?
Well, we fought Brock before. He stole a bunch of money from us, and then, well, no, we gave him money to go away and like start a new life as like a trust kind of thing. And then he betrayed us and like brought a bunch of people in to kill us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck Brock.
Yeah, we spared him, and then he betrayed us.
I kind of feel like they were going to let him go, but they said it was okay.
Well, if he did all of these terrible things, then I back your play.
I mean, when karma is coming for somebody, like, do you really want to throw yourself under that wheel?
Brock
That's
had
pretty
it
harsh. That's pretty harsh.
Had it coming.
That's no way for someone to die.
Well,
I mean,
Why?
y'all got it coming.
Why did they just leave like that?
I think they, like these people did something bad to them, and they wanted, revenge on that. So, like, I just.
I remember what the guy said, right? These were once the protectors of this place. They lived in harmony with the elves and protected this place. So now that we've cleared out that mushroom thing downstairs and sort of freed them, they're probably returning to doing what they want. And these guys were coming here to do some nasty business because they're after us, and the lizards did what they do. They protected this place.
Well, I mean, the lizard people, they do eat a lot of people, and that's not really good either.
These people are. I mean, they were on their island now.
We were on their island too, but they seem to think we were okay.
We are okay.
We are, yeah, we are okay. We weren't fighting. I mean, mostly. We weren't
You
fighting
guys were
them.
probably trying to
I
find
shot
us
the big
and
guy.
kill us anyway, so.
I did
Still
too.
too. Yeah.
But let's maybe skedaddle
cool,
out of
though.
here. Let's maybe skedaddle out of here.
Okay.
Before we leave, Des will check out some of the bodies, see if he can find anything on them, any kind of, just anything, what he can find on the bodies.
Could they
Sure.
have taken Spug's book?
Oh, this is before Spug.
Oh, okay.
Whoever took Spug's book is just the lowest of the low, a real miscreant.
That's true.
Not someone we'd ever have any truck with.
Those musicians.
Yeah, probably.
Musician.
They're sketchy. Desmond, as you look over the bodies, you find some weapons. They're wearing leather armor of not, it's not very highly crafted. It seems to be low value armor. Some decent short swords. Some of them are broken from the battle with these lizard folk. And you find a bit of coin on the bodies. Give me a D100 roll.
We don't need it.
74.
You find approximately 74 coin worth of gold. 74 gold piece
Gold worth of
of
coin.
That's what I meant to say. Thank you.
No
There
problem.
is no room in the bag, so
But just
Or
looking
my
at these guys were all from Nulb, like maybe some of those guys that came out after us at one point.
Yeah, so you're not sure. You recognize one of them from Nulb, and you recognize, well, someone recognized Brock. Xanthi did. If you examine the lizard folk that's laying on the ground, give me a d20 roll for that. There's some sweet loot. Get ready. 8. You find a bracelet of beads. And upon inspection, the beads are made of bone. It's high lizard folk fashion.
Got curse written all over it. Pick it up.
Put it on. I dare you.
Ez will put it in his pocket.
Sorry, go ahead.
Along with the coin. He'll hold on to the coin for now. I'll put it in the group fund if we want to write that down now or later. I don't know.
technically there's no room on it, so we'll have
Okay.
to regroup and
Keep it for now. We'll sort it out
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, fill your pockets with some jingly coin as you hop in the boat and start paddling your way back across the lake, making your way to the lone dock. And as you paddle out of the mists that shroud this island, you can see that it is daytime. As you paddle through, there's like this definite zone where it transitions from darkness and mist and obscured vision to a beautiful bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky.
Look over at Nori. Thanks for sticking up for me there.
Do that any day.
But hopefully you won't have to too often.
I kind of feel how things go. I think I will.
Are you saying
That's
I
fine.
get hit a lot?
I'm saying you throw yourself in front of flying blades very valiantly and get injured.
I don't think it has anything to do with being Billy, and I think it just has to do with, want to make sure everybody's all right.
I've got your back regardless.
Dave, would while examining those bodies, would Des have seen that they were Black Hand?
Yes, all of them.
You know, those guys, they were all Black Hand. And now we're just paddling back into town. I mean, what if they sent them out there to find us?
what if they sent them after us to Red Crow us?
One of those guys was from Nulb.
Yeah, I think it's those guys that have been
Which means
after us for a while.
they may know about us here in town now.
Well, yeah, like the guys that were hired to kill us out in the swamp, maybe they finally caught up with us.
Yeah, I think we stirred up a hornet's nest with our actions since the moat house.
All right, so maybe we don't paddle back to the general store. Maybe we paddle back into the forest and hide
Paddle
this
back to
boat?
the logging camp.
No, I'm saying don't go back to them. I think that, people are looking for us, so we should maybe hide in the woods until dark.
Or they sent a bunch of men after us, and then we stroll into town. I mean, maybe they'll stop messing with us.
Is that how it works?
Would they
I
send
just-
all of their guys, though?
But I just don't get the idea that they would hire us to go and clean this place up and then send somebody else right behind us. Like, they were going to send someone on that island to clean it up. They would have sent someone before. So
No, I
So they
mean,
made us do the dirty work, and then
They
they're
heard-
going to cut us up once we're all injured and trying to come home.
maybe.
since we went in there, they heard the guys from Nulb showed up, heard about us, and then went out there to find us.
Well, then I like
And kill us.
Jesus. I'm old. I like
Jesus,
Dez's.
too.
Sorry, man, I was completely blanking on your character's name there. I like
It's a
Dez's
senior
That is
moment.
not
idea that
written on the Zoom camera.
I was waiting for it to change. That was me waiting for it to change because it was on Andy. I like Dez's idea that if we just use this, let's show up in there pissed off and say, well, you could fucking send some guys after us. You're trying to squelch out of the deal. And like, I think, maybe it plays. And
Well, we should think about what we need to go back for, right?
well, we need to go and, try to get him to uphold his end of the bargain.
Got ahead now.
We did all of this so that we could find Chiral. That's the best
Well-
track we have right now. So
Maybe we should try to figure out if we've been, made, right? If they found out about us, if there's a hit on us or something. I could turn into Brock and then go into town. What do you think?
Do you think you can hold it that long?
I don't know. We could try.
We
And you
haven't
guys
really
just
tested that
hide
yet.
in the bushes behind me, and then if it fails, then you just jump out and then
Just
Starts-
attack.
Oh, he's in the
Whole town?
bushes.
well, if you're all behind me as regular use, they're not going to. Oh, you know what we could do? I could put a rope around the three of you and say that I caught you. Then you
It's
could be
still
right
dark,
with
right?
me.
no,
Dave, it's still dark. No, it's daytime.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, let's take a vote on it. I say we use this and just roll in there pissed off like the mercenaries we're supposed to be and go kick down his door and say, what the fuck are you playing at?
But there's so many people in town,
There are.
Or
and they're all
More.
black hands.
pretend we never saw those guys on the island that you know. It's possible we might not have seen them.
Yeah, if he looks
Just-
surprised to see us, then we know that he wasn't expecting us to come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll just go straight there and see the
Yeah,
mayor
we'll
guy
go
or
in, we'll
whatever.
say,
What was
Thanks
his
for the
name?
follow. Dispense.
Gromlin.
we'll go in, we'll say, look, it's pretty clear your men are dead, but we did clear out the lizard folk. Here's the head of their leader, whatever. Now, uphold your end of the bargain, and we gauge his response.
Very uncomplicated. That will work. I'm certain of it.
Keep it simple, right,
99%.
guys?
Yeah, sure. It's very straightforward, right into the fire.
I don't think
Okay.
hiding around and giving them time to sort themselves out is going to help. I think we want to strike while they don't know exactly what's going on and what's happening.
Okay,
For all
let's,
we know, the fact that we cleared out that island might change things. The fog drops, they see the place, it's beautiful and shining, they know something's happened.
It's still
foggy
still
over there.
foggy.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna disappear. Unless.
Okay, well, when they start shooting at us, we run to the forest.
We run to the forest.
Okay.
okay, so we're all in favor of the innocent plan, the simple innocent plan.
I guess.
I did like your plan, though, Xanthi. I would love to try that sometime.
It sounds pretty cool, right?
It does. Really fun too.
Really, really fun. But if it doesn't work out, I mean, it could be bad for you, Xanthi. Didn't old Mona say that there were people that wanted to hurt you?
Yeah. I mean, she did. But, I actually haven't seen any, changeling haters. I mean, you all seem pretty cool about it. So,
Yeah, but that's because we know you and you're great.
aw, thanks, Bug. So, I mean, I guess I'm just kind of being cautious about doing it in front of other people because I've been told they might not like it. but I think
it's a little unnerving.
cool.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little unnerving. So
Especially
I
if
think
you're
it's
afraid-
probably best to be
Yeah.
low key about it.
I mean, as long as no one sees you actually change.
Okay, but let's say you do the Brock thing, and then they're like, "Whoa, Brock,
I'm not doing
like
the Brock thing.
your whole like personality is different. What happened? Did you get hit on the head with a rock?"
We're not doing the Brock thing, Spug. Keep up.
You
need
have a
to-
point there, Spock.
No, I'm
We
just
need to
saying,
work on
if we did
something.
that, I mean, you have to have a contingency, like, "Oh yeah, however he sounds, I like fell and cracked my
Food
noggin.
poisoning.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so well."
I can
Oh.
do that. But I won't, because Lachlan said that's not the plan.
Well, maybe you'll get a chance to do it later.
Hmm.
All right, let's go to
Okay.
Gromlins then.
Go to
Okay.
Gremlins.
You guys paddle the rest of the way to the shore, and you beach the boat at the general store. Yeah? Okay. You make your way towards Gromlin's estate. Let's bring the map up here. Gromlin's place over here. And as you're walking through the town, you see that there's people bustling about. Again, there's not a huge population here, but it's a lot of thugs. It's a lot of rough-looking scoundrels. And you can kind of see that there's a little bit of a crowd, 5, 6 guys that are keeping an eye on you as you're walking in. They're talking to each other in hushed tones as they sort of clock you, making your way from the dock towards Gromlin's place.
Does Des recognize any of them?
You might recognize some of them from just being in Twilight Falls you've been here for maybe 2 days, 2 or 3 days at this point. So yeah, you might recognize some of them. There were a couple of folks that kind of gave you the stink eye the previous day. None of them are from the logging camp. You don't see Carl, for example. You don't see Whitmer. But thug number 1 and thug number 2, etc., are hanging out, watching you guys as you walk through town. And some of them might even sort of wait a little while and then sort of follow at a distance behind you. You get to Gromlin's place. What are you going to do when you get to Gromlin's?
Xanthi will walk up and knock on the door.
You wait about 10 seconds or so, and then you see the door swing open, and you look down, and there's this gnomish fellow, bald, gray hair, gray goatee. He's got sort of this leather vest on with a belt with tools on, and he kind of looks at you. "Oh, well,
Hey, buddy.
Gromlin, surprised to see you back so soon."
Well, we are pretty good at what we do, and you did hire us, so here we are.
Yeah.
How shocked was he?
Give me an insight check.
I was on the lookout for him too. Can I roll also, please?
Ooh, natural 20.
I don't need
22.
to.
Oh boy, you should roll
Gnome
anyways,
to
Lachlan.
gnome.
Oh,
Package delivered. You have to get into the habit of saying that when you.
That'll be my natural.
That's your
20.
tagline. Yeah. Package delivered. Yeah, he looks extremely surprised to see you, and he's kind of like stuttering a little bit and is just slightly. Well, he kind of wipes his hands off. It looks like Gromlin is. Why don't we step outside? And he walks out onto the porch, closes the door behind him.
Outside? Okay.
I don't-
One lizard head's coming up, and she
I don't
pulls
want him to get
out
outside.
the decapitated lizard head out of her
Oh.
magical bag.
Oh, very good. Yes.
See?
Yes. Very nicely done. I can see that you are formidable adventurers and true to your word. Gromlin
she
is impressed.
Pushes it at him, so he has to take the head.
Okay. This is great. We're gonna. It's heavy. It's really
Yeah.
there's a lot of girth
and that
to this
was one
thing.
of the smaller ones, actually.
He kind of shakes it
But-
a little bit. Oh,
Yeah, right? The bigger ones were too big to put in my bag.
How about we step inside and conclude our business?
that won't be necessary. Let's just set this down right here, and he kind of drops it down on the front porch. Now, I said that if you helped Gromlin, Gromlin would help you. So, let me help you.
Okay. Well, we are looking for someone. We've been hired to find someone.
Yes.
We are professional people finders. And we think that they came through this way and maybe would have some information or know where they were. And, we could possibly, trade you for information. Well, we did this job for you, so that's kind of worth something, maybe.
We discussed this previously. How can I help you?
She just looks back at the...
I'll lean in and I'll say, we're looking for a woman named Chiral.
That's our mark, Chiral.
She's a druid. We have reason to believe that she might have been sent up this way.
Very powerful person's looking for her.
Now, you have to understand something. We're professionals. We get hired to do a job, we do a job. Whatever else is going on, whatever else is happening around that, none of our business. Everything that happened before, none of our business. We're not interested in that. We're just interested in getting our job done so we can get paid. So, as you can see, we're pretty good at that. So if you could help us get our other job done, we'd really appreciate it. And then we'd be out of your hair. You'd never have to hear from us again. You never have to see us again. And you certainly would never have, and I kind of lean in on him, invade your personal space again.
Well, he kind of recoils at your breath a little bit. Yeah, Gromlin understands. What was the name again? You said this person you're looking for?
Chiral.
Chiral, okay. Gromlin doesn't know the name. Do you know why they were sent here? I could ask around if you wanna just sort of hang out, wait. I could talk to some of my boys to see if they know anything about this Chiral.
We really don't think that Chiral is there as here of their own volition. Like I said, we're not really interested in how they got here or whatever else is happening. We're just interested in getting this person back. So I think it would behoove you right now to start acting straight with us, because I'm going to tell you one thing. There's a lot of bad guys in this town. We know that. We saw them. We know. There's a lot of bad guys in this town. It's very likely that if they all pile on us, they're going to take us out. But I can guarantee you one thing. They may take us all out, but you're going to be the first to go. So look, we don't want it to get to that. We want to be business people. We did our part. We want you to do your part.
Why is Gromlin being threatened?
Because Gromlin, I don't think you're being very much of a straight shooter with us here.
Roll an
Are you
intimidation
being
check.
honest?
Lachlan.
Like 100% honest?
Or is it more like 70?
Well, let me think about it. 100. Yeah, somewhere in
19
there.
plus 3, 22.
Gromlin's never fully honest with anybody. Let's be honest. Oh wait,
No,
that
we
doesn't
know
work.
that. That's fine. We accept that. But you can make an effort this time.
Whoa, big little fella. No need to get all bent out of shape. Gromlin is going to do what Gromlin can do to help you. He kind of looks past you, and you can, as any of you that bother to turn around and look, if you do or not, let me know.
I will.
Yeah, Des will look.
Yeah, there's like 7 guys that are sort of with probably 20 feet away, hanging out on the other side, watching this whole thing happen. We just lost Ashley.
Ashley's
She's
like, fuck
out.
this guy.
She's
Yeah,
out.
bouncing.
Look, I want to make sure that we. I want to make sure that we don't we don't lose Ashley here because this is important. So let's just take a moment.
Shut down.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break because it's almost break time anyways. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna see if we can find Ashley, and then we're gonna come back to this tense moment with Gromlin. So just sit tight. We will be back in just a couple of short minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Ashley. And thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the follows, the new friends that we're making. I love that. So thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We do have a giveaway that I should make sure that people are aware of. Indeed, we are giving away a copy of CZRPG's Ultimate River Map Pack. All you have to do to get in on the action is type !drawing. Andy G3D is going to show you how it's done. It's quite simple, really, and I think you'll enjoy these maps. They are really cool, and yeah, they're super useful for your gaming needs, VTT needs. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, there's 68 maps, and each of them has a day version, a night version, a rain version, and a tree transparency version. I have no idea what that is, but I'm excited to find out.
How many maps?
68 maps with 4 variations.
Oh, they really missed an opportunity there.
To go 69.
Because we're 12.
Wah, wah. Hey, Andy, can we get an air horn sound effect? There we go. That's our producer, Andy, who helps to produce the Thursday night game that Bleak Season runs.
I do all the sound effects too.
High-end special effects.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. You guys, CCRPG, though, in all seriousness, is fantastic. They've been supporting us for a long time. We love Christian. And if you want to go check out their Patreon, there's a link in the chat for you to go check out their stuff. They put out a lot of content. It's really good. And we use it quite often. I blend in a lot of their stuff into our campaigns and games. So, yeah, anyhow, we're going to get back into our game right now. And essentially what's just happened is that the party has returned from the ruins of Valago Ethiel, feeling pretty jazzed, and has decided to go and confront Gromlin, the quest giver, that sent them on a quest to perhaps recover the missing lumberman and or bring back the head of the chief, the leader of the lizard folk, which you did. You brought a head back. And now we stand on Gromlin's porch, my friends, and you have essentially intimidated the shit out of him, Lachlan, with a massive intimidation roll. There we go. I got to find the music. You notice Nori, I think, and Desmond, as you look over your shoulders, you can see Gromlin sort of like clocking something behind you. And you look over your shoulder and you see that there is a rather sizable group of thugs that is starting to form on the opposite side of the street. Gromlin looks down, he says, Gromlin understands that you're very passionate about the work that you do, and you're looking for someone very important to you and your powerful patron. Gromlin understands this. Look, I might be able to help you. Okay. You got to give me a little bit of time. Let me talk to a couple of people and see if we can figure out where this person is. I don't personally know where they are. But I certainly want to help you and get you on your way so that Gromlin can continue to do what Gromlin does without disrupting the balance, if you know what I mean.
That's all we want. Business is business. Business got to flow. We understand that.
Okay, well, very well then. It's been nice doing business with you. I will look into your request. Thank you so much for being so helpful to Gromlin and the community of Twilight Falls. He's saying this super loud so that people can hear it on the other side of the street. He sighs really heavily.
Xanthi will, following this very loudly, say, "You're welcome. We have helped you all very much."
You can keep the head.
Yeah, I'm not putting that back in the bag.
Oh, we're putting that on a pike for sure. I really do appreciate that. Those lizard folk were nothing but trouble. Did you snuff them all out or send them running or?
Well, there was like a major mother thing down there. It was horrible. We got into there. There were tunnels. There was, I don't know, dozens and dozens and dozens of these things. We eventually found this giant mother one that had like this huge brood, and we slew the mother and we slew the brood, and so there might be a couple of hang-arounds, but a couple of stragglers, but for the most part
we collapsed that burrow though.
Yeah, we were always sort of told to stay out of that place, so I think we'll continue to do that.
Out of that place.
Yeah,
super dangerous, and now like with things caved in, they probably just collapse.
There's also the spirits of ancient elves there. We ran into those things, though. They were pretty mean also.
Angry.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. Well, look, how can Gromlin get in touch with you when he has information for you? Hey, thanks for the raid, 20 sides. Appreciate you.
We still have that cabin available.
Well, I'm thinking, is the captain still down there on the boat?
Oh, no, they're long gone. They left the previous day. I think you ran into them when they were working on their boat, and then there was sort of an exchange between Earl and Nori.
Yeah, they thought they were going to be able to fix it yesterday and return, but we didn't go down there to see.
He was going to try to hold the boat for Nori as long as he could.
Oh, Nori.
Make me feel any better right now, you guys.
Yeah, you can leave. You can send word up to the logging camp.
Yes, of course. Great. I will. I'll let you know once I have some information for you on this. This person of interest.
We appreciate it. Nice doing business with you.
Okay. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Rest up.
Oh yeah. We will. All right, turn around.
Dudes part when we go down, or they just
hang. They're sort of they're throwing off some vibes as they watch you pass by.
Xanthi very loudly will be like, "Wow, we killed so many lizard folk. So many."
And it wasn't even that hard. Oh.
That's right.
I don't detect a lie.
Do we get a drink?
We're both great at deception.
I think we need to make sure we get some rest because things might still get ugly.
I could
That's
try
true.
to identify something.
Well, maybe I
You
didn't
guys
see it
find
again.
anything cool down in the basement of that?
Definitely.
All right.
Well, let's go back to the logging camp. We're gonna get back into our little cabin.
We have
We're
to
gonna
tell
keep
them we didn't
watch.
find
We're
their
going
guys.
Sorry?
We have to tell them we didn't find their guys.
Yeah, but
Well, we don't know that we didn't. We found a lot of eaten corpses.
Well, do we want to tell them that, though?
no, I think what we're gonna tell them is that we cleared out a lot of that place. There's still a lot to clear out. They might still be there, but we needed a bit of a rest. We're gonna head back out there. But not to get their hopes up, because there are a lot of dead people down there.
We will tell them that we're gonna go back and search for them.
Are we doing that?
Well, we're going to head back down that way to go look at the dam, right? So
Oh, right.
it'll give us a bit of a cover service for why we're going down there. We can sort of sail towards the island, but then turn off and head up to the dam. So let's go and get some rest and keep a watch, and just be prepared because they might still jump us. I wouldn't trust Gromlin further than I could bowl him.
Same.
I could probably bowl him pretty far. So let's say I wouldn't trust him further than.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, we
know if
could
we
go.
should actually sleep in the cabin because they might jump us in the night.
There's only one way in and out.
Well, hey, thanks for the
Doesn't s-
advantage.
We'll take watches.
Yeah, I figure we need nowhere safe, but I figure we might as well be in a place that's at least somewhat defensible if ever they do come at us. So
Yeah, it's better than being in the woods or something.
So you guys make your way back to the logging camp through town. You get a few stares, but nothing like what you experienced at Gromlin's with that group of thugs across the street. They don't seem to follow you, as best you can tell. You make your way into camp and you can see Carl and some of the other lumbermen sawing and chopping and moving lumber around the yard, stacking it, etc. And as you walk up, you see Whitmer Tarborg come up, and you know to stand back because when he talks, he spits. So, how did everything go then? Did you find our boys? Did you fend off the Jerkins? It was the Jerkins, right? The goddamn Jerkins. I knew it. I knew it was the Jerkins the whole time. Damn it! Told you, boys, it was the Jerkins.
Lizard folk. It was the lizard folk.
Yeah, we
Whoa,
fought a lot of the lizard folk out there.
So many lizard folk. That
How many
place was
Jerkins?
just full of lizard folk. Like,
Didn't see any jerkins out there.
No Jerkin on the island whatsoever.
No, there were no jerkin on the
No.
Jerkin on the island.
it was a hands-off kind of place. I don't think your problem's the Jerkin. I mean, I'm not saying the Jerkin.
Look, the Jerkins are always going to be a problem.
I'm not saying they're not a problem.
They
I'm
are.
just saying that I don't think this particular case,
Okay.
it was them.
Okay. Now we're on the same, I was going to say wavelength, but I don't know what that means. We're on the same eye to eye, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there's a lot of dead bodies. There's still a lot of tunnel to
Terrible.
check out. So we're going to get a bit of rest. We're going to head back out there a little bit later. And, we'll keep looking, but I wouldn't get my hopes up because those things like to eat people.
Look,
I'm just saying.
here's the thing. Maybe the boys didn't get taken by the lizard folk. Maybe the Jerkins did take them.
Maybe, but we're going
possible.
to,
I'm just saying.
we're going to, double check to make sure with the other place. And then if,
We're gonna look around and see if we can, find their bodies, or maybe they're still alive. But I really wouldn't get your hopes up.
yeah.
Well, so many corpses on that island.
Well, to be honest with you, I kind of thought that you would be adding to the number of corpses. I'm surprised to see you back. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a crew of boys that came in from Nulb, and they're going to be staffing the vacancies in the logging operation, meaning, maybe this might be your last night in the cabin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we can move along tomorrow.
Yep.
I mean, unless you're looking for work, in which case, maybe you could work security, run down the Jerkins, push them out of our area so we can get some work done.
It's not a bad idea. Let us finish this contract and then we can talk about what the future holds. But if you need us out tomorrow, we'll be out of your hair. No worries. We're not ones to overstay our welcome.
I mean, you're welcome, to an extent, but I got to get work done. We need to get back.
I get it. You got a lot of wood to handle.
Yeah, I mean, typically we handle a lot of wood around here, but recently with the Jerkins getting in the way,
But it's diseased wood, right? Some of
Well,
it?
yeah, that last bit was for sure. Look,
The smidge.
a smidge. Yeah, well said.
It was diseased.
Look, make yourselves comfortable one more night. We can renegotiate and talk tomorrow on sort of where you guys stand on maybe coming on as security. I mean, if you can make it out to the island and back, that's pretty impressive.
Sounds good. Well, I'm gonna catch some shut-eye because, slaying is a tough business.
Right. Okay. Well, get some rest. We'll talk later.
Don't let the jerkins keep you up at night.
I'll try. It ain't easy. And this lanky Whitmer Tarborg walks off, and you can see as he walks away, let's see.
That guy thinks about jerkins way too much.
Desmond, you look kind of as he's walking away, you follow him with your eyes as he's walking away, and you can see Carl, this big, beautiful beefcake of a lumberman, and he's working, an axe, chopping a log, and he sets the log into a stump, and he kind of looks over at you, and he just kind of nods, like he's kind of trying to get your attention. And then he kind of takes out a cloth, wipes off his perspiration. He's kind of glistening, and then he picks up his axe and starts chopping again.
Looks like Carl's feeling better.
Guy's a machine. Didn't he just take a bunch of arrows like yesterday?
Yeah, we totally dragged his body back from
Look at him today.
being seriously injured.
Maybe they got a healer.
That's all his.
He's in really good shape.
I regret that Lachlan called dibs on him now. Look at him.
I mean,
but
there's a
attractive.
lot to be
Dibs.
said about personality
That's true. Yeah, he was a bit aggressive.
for no reason.
That's okay.
I mean, if you're into that.
All right. As Careless Whispers plays in the background.
All right, what are you guys going to do? You guys are going to take a little bit of a rest in your cabin?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that maybe someone should go talk to Carl. Who was he winking at you, Des?
He wasn't really winking. It was more of like a sort of a acknowledgement nod. And it was at Des.
Why does Des get the credit for that one? Like Lachlan brought him back from the dead and carried his body all the way out, right?
Yeah, but maybe
Carl's got the black hand.
hey, you know what we should do, Des? We should get that black hand tattooed on your hand. Have I ever seen the back of your head? Can I see your hands, Des?
I don't have any of those tattoos.
Xanthi will just rub her hands together and then touch Dez's hand and prestidigitate a black hand on his hand.
Is that permanent?
Probably not.
All right.
Just
I mean, I think it's a
magic.
private club. I think you have to know people, initiations and whatnot.
Maybe it'll open the door for dialogue with Carl.
I don't want to get to know Carl.
Did you see him? Well, I mean, he wants to talk to you, right? I'm
Did
not
Carl
saying
look
he
like
wants
he
to
wanted to
drag
talk
you
to
into
Des?
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
was he
it
just like, what's up?
No, it was kind of like he was trying to sort of make sure that you saw him gesture towards you, but he was trying to be sort of nonchalant about it. And just for the record, because I think it's important to showcase Carl for our friends in chat. Here is Carl Fitzroy Jacque. He is a beautiful blonde lumberjack who has a bit of he's passionate. He's very passionate, which, could be a turn on for some.
All right.
I mean,
I'll
do you
go
want
talk
me
to
to
him.
go with you?
Piercing blue eyes.
Sure.
Okay.
Look at those
Xanthi will go
deltoids.
with.
I'll just stay here and guard Lachlan.
He appears to be
Yeah, put a body
maybe
on that.
Icelandic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He probably works at that Viking studio.
Gorgeous. Yep.
Probably.
Hey,
is.
Carl. How's it going? You look better.
You shouldn't be out here talking to me. And you can see that he's bandaged across as his vest kind of opens a little bit. You can see the bandages, and he seems to be, as you kind of scope the camp, he's kind of on light duty. But for Carl, light duty is swinging a big axe. But you can tell he's bandaged up, and he's kind of limping a little bit.
You look like you're feeling better. No, before.
Actually,
carried you back
I
into
feel
town.
like hell, but better. Yeah. Yeah.
Why shouldn't we be out here?
Look. I don't know if you guys know this. Fuck, I shouldn't be saying this. People are here to kill you.
Oh, that's pretty normal.
How many?
I don't know. There's a crew that came in. He looks around nervously.
Oh, those guys.
Someone in chat, give me a D20 roll. You can do that by typing !D20. I'll show you how it's done. Yeah, he kind of looks around just to sort of... I don't think you should stay here.
All right. Well,
thanks, Baptiste.
Thanks for the heads up.
We appreciate
We'll discuss it.
Carl, get back to work. Yes, yep, you got it. Whitmer.
He's just trying to convince us to take jobs as lumberjacks.
We're running a pretty tight ship around here.
Good luck. And he turns and kind of walks away back to his axe. He pulls it out of the stump and starts chopping again.
All right. We better discuss
All right. Let's go back
inside.
Well, that was quick, but, it sounded like he said it wasn't safe for us to stay here.
Like tonight?
Yeah.
Like we should leave
at all.
right now?
Kind of. Like that people were coming to murder us. But I told him that was pretty normal.
Was he talking about the guys we've already killed? Brock and his buds?
Yeah, he did say they were from Null, right?
I don't
It's going to take a while before they figure out what happened to those guys. I think we probably have time to get some rest and let, Gromlin work his end of it, and then...
Well, what about those dudes in the street? Those guys in the street?
They didn't look so tough.
There was a lot of them, though.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, maybe we should pretend to sleep in this cabin and then maybe sleep, near the cabin, watching the cabin.
That's a really good idea.
We're going to have to wait for darkness to fall to pull that off.
True. We could take, a little breaky break sitting on the floor at the cabin.
Yeah, I gotta find Lucky.
When are we going to eat dinner, by the way? It's important. We've done a lot of physical activity.
I don't know, watching those lizards eat Brock kind of put me off my soup for a bit.
Well, I'm sorry for your stomach, but I'm starving.
All right.
I guess I can eat whatever. If we're not going to go, it's probably not safe. I'll just eat this garbage in my backpack.
You have garbage? I have rations.
Well, it's it's not great. It doesn't taste as good as what we could get down at the inn.
I'd say one of us could go out hunting for something, but that person would get lost, and then we'd never find him again, and then Knowles would attack, and it would be just a tragedy.
It's true.
They'd be eaten by Knowles for sure.
Yeah. This place is filthy with Knowles.
Let's go in, try to get a bit of rest if you really want to, when darkness comes, to go and sort of hide out somewhere else and keep an eye on account. I'm down with that. We'll do that.
I'll volunteer to go see if I can scrounge up some food from...
No, you're not going anywhere, Spud.
Okay, I'm kind of hungry, though.
I am too.
We got stuff in our bags. We'll be fine.
I mean,
Once we get back to a city, I'll treat you both to like,
a city.
We're so far away from a city right now.
The other thing we got to think about is how we're going to get out of here, because we don't know when the captain's coming back with the boat. And if, this deal starts to turn sour, even if they give us Chiral and we're going to have to skedaddle, and well,
Yeah, where should we go next if we get run out of town? Should we go back to Nulb?
We could go hang out with the Jerkins.
Seem like real jerkins.
We just
Well said.
won't go in their grove.
He
Right.
had a cool mustache, though. I mean, I think that speaks for something, right?
Dave, can we get a
You want to get a visual?
regional map so that we can see? Like,
Oh, I thought you were going to get a visual on the mustache.
Well,
Wouldn't hate that either.
you have that.
All right, hold on. Priorities, guys. We got to have priorities. Now, look,
Mustache.
it's very critical at this juncture that we display something that's important for the quest. And that, my
Leaks is
friends,
nice, too.
is none other than Isaac Finley's handlebar mustache. Look at that thing. Green Jerkin Ranger.
It's just
I
like,
know
really,
it's going
there it
this way.
is.
Wow. I mean, that is something to behold, I gotta say.
Is that a tie that he's using as a bandana?
Likely.
Probably.
Likely.
He was at a pretty wild wedding.
He was
Yeah.
an office worker
Things
before
got out of
this.
hand.
And he went native in the forest.
Forget it.
Wild wedding.
Right.
All right.
Type 2. Look at him.
Everybody raise your hand who has not had a mustache like that before.
I've not had a
I
mustache.
haven't trimmed it that way before.
Okay.
Or
All right.
Maybe I did. Yeah.
All right. All right. So what was your
Clear
question, Blake?
pictures.
What are you interested in knowing about the region?
I kind of want to get a glimpse of, like, we skedaddle out of here. Where are we going? How can we get there? Where does the river lead, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Okay. Let me bring up a map here. Regional type. All right. So enough with the mustache, Isaac. God, you sexy bastard. Okay.
Everybody's
So-
got a type.
Where's that type, man?
so the river is the red, right?
Oh, yeah, we are on this map. There it is. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
you are on this map. You're at the, hey, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Right.
Nocturnal Demise. Very cool handle.
Ooh.
And welcome in. That's
Dope
pretty
name.
awesome. So
Sounds
anyways,
like
you guys are in Twilight
Like
Falls.
a band I'd listen to.
Yeah, it does sound like a band you'd listen to. The Mustache. Here's Twilight Falls.
Yeah,
Okay. Hamlet is down in the corner here,
yeah.
right in this zone.
What's this little?
That's a river. That is the river that you guys traveled on to get to Twilight Falls from Nulb.
And what's red?
Red are like sort of political-ish boundaries.
Okay. So yes, I think, going back down the river would be a great idea, but we'd need to get a boat down that cliff. Once we get a boat on that river, I can pilot us back.
What
Back
about
to Nulb?
the dam situation, though?
Well, I'm thinking we're probably not going to go all the way to Null, but probably pop off before and then try to cut back to the high road. But that's assuming we're going back to Hamlet, which is something we got to talk about, because originally we were going to go back to Hamlet to report to Jeru, but if Jeru's dead, I think that going back to Hamlet is dangerous for Hamlet, because we've already brought back some bad juju on them. It's clear these guys are following us and are after us. They came all the way out here to try and get us. If we go back to Hamlet, they're just gonna go back to Hamlet. So I don't know that we want to go back to Hamlet. Maybe we want to, move on and go somewhere else.
Well, so wait,
Well-
if and when we find your druid, do we need to go with her or set her on her way?
Our job was to warn her
And
that there were
find her.
enemies coming after them. Now, whether those enemies have already come and that's why she's in this situation, and I'm talking here about the enemies that killed Jeru. whether they've already come to such weird because of him, or whether they haven't come and it's just another threat. Our job is to warn her. We've kind of tacked on to that, saving her from this, because, you know, once we've extricated her from here, you know, the job's done.
So we need to warn her that something is coming to possibly get her, but she's already probably been...
Tell her that Jeru's probably, well, likely dead from this thing. Give her the details of what we saw and what we know came after Jeru, so that she knows, you know, I mean, maybe she'll have something for us. Maybe she'll want us to take her somewhere, or she'll have, you know, but I don't think we need to go back to Nullbert to Hamlet, to be honest. I think it's dangerous to go back to Hamlet for them.
Right. I don't see any reason for us to go back right now. Where do you want to go, Des?
I mean, I would go back to Null. Or Hamlet. Or Verbo. I don't know. There's still some things to learn in this part of the world.
I mean, I have questions too back home. You know, the
Right.
free city of Greyhawk, that is actually quite far away from here.
I think we have to sort out this Sherall situation first.
And I think we need to lay low, because that Black Hand thing, I think, is...
Yeah, they're probably going to jump us tonight.
I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think
No.
if... Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
Well, no, if they do have her, you know, I guess we haven't seen everything around here, but they keep everything of value in that warehouse.
You really
They're
want to
holding
know
on to
what's
her.
in there, right?
I do.
That's all everybody talks about, is there's something special in there.
Maybe while they're attacking our logging cabin tonight, we could go over there.
I know a
Maybe
way
we
in.
could.
There are dogs, though. Found that out.
I think we need to give Gromlin a chance to come through before we stir the hornet's nest.
Do we think that's going to happen, though?
I mean,
think we
It's
should
so
sleep
shifty.
outside of the, you know, the building where we could see the building, and then, you know, we'll
Well-
watch them try to slit our throats while we...
and my feeling is this too:
Or
if
sleeping.
Gromlin doesn't come through by tomorrow morning, or if they attack us in the night, then we know where we stand. And if we're interested in doing something to the dam, then maybe we do that before we skedaddle out of here from that point on. As far as the warehouse, Des, you're the pro here. Do you think there's any way, shape, or form that you can get in there? If I lend you my boots on top of that, do you think you can get in there and sort of see what's there? And I'm talking about maybe we set up a diversion.
Last
Our
time
diversion
when I
could
was
just be
looking
attacked.
around, I found a back way
You know,
Yeah.
under the floor.
the dam bursting would be a great diversion.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Or
couldn't agree more.
Do we have a way to do that, though?
the jerkin.
I have these vials of acid. She pulls out a couple vials of acid. I have, oh gosh. I mean, I could burn the logs on the dam. Or what else do we have?
Well, so the thing is this: if it's a dam, it's going to have controls to let water through. So,
Those would be.
well, and the other thing is, if we get in there, I can take a look at the stone and kind of see what we're dealing with. I don't think a couple of vials of acid is going to really do it, because it's stone, it's not metal. But
Okay, so tonight we go look at the dam.
before we go anywhere, we got to take a freaking rest. let's set up some priorities. Priority number 1 is Shiral. Priority number 2 is the dam. In fact, I'd say priority number 1 is Shiral. Priority number 2 is getting out of here alive. Priority 3 is the dam.
But we could work on priority number 3, progressing it while we're waiting for priority number 1 to happen tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but you got to know that if we take any chances and we get caught, it's going to smoke up any chance we have of getting number 1 done. So we got to be careful. Like, I don't mind doing it. I'm not saying let's not do it. Like, I'm saying let's be tactical about it.
I don't think we're going to smoke it up.
Well,
If we're careful.
First things first, let's get some rest.
yeah, the choice might be made for us later.
Let's bunk down, get some rest before night comes. Once night's here, we'll relocate, see what they're doing. At that point, we can decide if we want to try and set up a diversion so that Des goes to check out the warehouse or go and check out the dam under cover of darkness. But none of those things we can do unless we get a bit of a rest. So let's focus on that first. And like Des says, maybe the decision is going to be made for us and they're going to fucking jump us while we're getting some Z's. So.
Okay,
Okay.
Des, which item that you picked up in the dungeon looks the most magical to you?
Oh, I was just looking that up. There was the ring, the necklace, and the knife, the dagger.
Oh, hand me the dagger.
Is the
All right.
necklace that skull thing? The bone
No,
thing?
it was like a golden necklace with like a large
What about the
red
bone
gem,
thing?
like a ruby.
What about the bone thing?
I don't know that that's magic, but I mean, Lockwood, does it
Do you want it? The bone?
cost any energy for
The
you
bone
to
beads?
see if things are magical?
Maybe we see if they're magic.
Yeah, I need to cast a spell and I don't have it. First of all, I don't have any
Yeah.
more slots, but I don't have any more juice in me to cast anything. But
All right, well, I just get the one free one every day. So,
Xanthe lays the dagger out in front of her and she casts her 1 per day identify and sees if anything happens.
On the silver dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you cast Identify, and it does not give off any magical glow. It appears to be a silver dagger.
oh, dud. Yeah, so this dagger
No
is
curses.
just silver, which
Just
is
silver's
handy.
pretty nice.
It's very
Nice.
handy if you have something that, is allergic to silver.
I'll hold on to it if that's all right.
Okay.
What's the
Anyone?
worst that could happen? That was a joke.
Yeah.
Real funny, Des.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
My shoulder
I'm-
hurts a little bit.
Don't try to stick
Des-
any of us with that.
Before resting, Des is going to take a minute and recast Find Familiar with
Okay.
his last spell slot.
Sounds good. Are you going to bring him back as his,
I'm going to
his
bring
hawk form?
Lucky back as a owl this time.
Okay. Very cool.
right, so let's do. Let's try to get some rest. Let's set up a watch.
So I would say, look, you guys could probably get about 3 hours of rest before nightfall. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do a short rest or you're going to do a full long rest in the cabin. Sounded like you might have had some other plans for when night fell, but just want to clarify that before we move on.
Well, I still vote that we sneak out of the cabin and don't spend the actual night in the cabin.
Where should we try to sleep, or should we take a look around, or just wait for the ambush to come and then burn down the cabin while they're in it?
So if I don't get a full rest, we're pretty useless. So my vote is that we'll take the 3-hour rest. Once it's dark, we'll move out to somewhere where we can hide and hopefully, finish up resting the rest of the night while keeping an eye on the cabin. In the morning, we'll see if Gromlin comes through or not, and if he doesn't, then we decide what we do with the rest of it. If any of you feel you don't need a full rest and you want to take a chance and go and see something, that's fine, but I'm pretty useless without a rest at this point, so.
Well, neither of the other two things we might do in the night. Okay, one of them may have a clock ticking. The dam will be there. But the special thing in the warehouse, maybe if some of us don't need a long rest, we could go. I'm not good with dogs though, but I think it's a valid plan.
I knew a dog once. It wasn't my dog, but it was really nice. We got along well.
I mean, last time I got away because I put it to sleep. Not like
You killed it?
put it to sleep, no. But, I gave him a
magical
nap.
nap.
And I can't do that now. I have to rest.
Well, look, let's just get a rest. Like, you know.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's
I
get back
this-
to-
I hate this
certainly
plan.
could use
okay.
some, magical energy to come back.
So
Okay.
let's take whatever rest we can in the cabin to at least get a little bit of stuff back, and then we'll move on to the forest and try to get like a full rest once we go there. Keep an eye on the cabin.
Okay.
All right. So we've had a short rest so far. Is what you're saying.
I mean, there's 3 hours basically. You guys can get a short rest in there if you want. And then as night sets in, it sounds like you're going to hang tight in the cabin.
Well, we're going to go outside of the cabin into the forest where we can see the cabin.
Got it.
And we're going to then have somebody on watching the cabin and
Sure.
over the group.
Okay.
And the rest of the party will try to continue to get a long rest.
All right. So 3 hours pass as you rest. Desmond conjures his familiar. If you wanted to do any short rest stuff, you could do that. As night falls, your plan is to sneak out. So everybody roll a stealth check for me.
I am going to roll it with advantage.
And let me ask you this. Is there anything else you want to do before you roll this stealth check to enhance your chances of success?
I do not have any advantage.
There's nothing I can do because the short rest did nothing for me aside from getting back.
Think outside your feats and abilities as a character, and is there something else you might be able to do?
Is there a back way out of the cabin?
There's
Like a
one door
window
and
or-
2 windows that are on the front of the cabin.
How about the floorboards? Are they loose in any way? Could we go under the
Yeah,
floor
you
and out the
could
back of
search
cabin?
the floorboards, and if you wanted to try to pry, there's none that are loose. These guys are lumberjacks and carpenters. It's pretty well built, but you could potentially try to pry it up and go underneath. Potentially, that's one thing you could try.
Let me just check my inventory real quick. I'm pretty sure I have a crowbar.
I have one. Are there lights around us nearby? Fires
No.
or anything?
No, probably at the main building, there might be like a torch burning or a lantern. But as you look out the window, Lachlan, you don't see any light.
You guys remember when I did those nature sounds when I was playing my bird pipes with the band back in Nulb?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that might help? Should I, not the bird pipes, but like wind blowing through the trees?
Maybe that's to cover something, or
Yeah,
you
that could cover a little noise.
could you make the sound of like Lachlan snoring so it sounds like we're all asleep?
I mean, I can only do it for a short period of time.
He snores really loud.
Yeah, I can definitely duplicate that.
Sorry, bud.
Right. It's quite all right. What's the situation in the camp by the time we want to start thinking about this? I'm assuming it's kind of died down. There's no more wood chopping or anything like that. Or the guys all in one bar somewhere? Is people just in their cabins sleeping? Or
So as the sun sets and it grows dark, you wait a little bit. There is probably some noise, some people out and about in the yard, cleaning tools or putting things away, or maybe having, conversations. But after a little while, these guys work pretty hard during the day and they go to sleep. So you hear like the doors to the cabins nearby, the doors close. There's a little bit of a glow coming from the main building. But other than that, it seems quiet out there. Give me a perception check, Lachlan.
They could be watching the door.
17 plus 5 is 22.
Okay, so what you do notice as you glance out the front window of your cabin is that there are some embers and maybe a little bit of flame still burning in the fire pit. As the last of the men has retired for the night, there's still a little bit of fire glowing in that fire pit.
What if I go to the...
Sorry. Spug, don't you have that thing you can do with fire where you can manipulate it?
100%.
Could you use that in those ambers to maybe start a small fire or something? Nothing major, but like something that would draw attention of anyone.
To make more light or put the fire out to make less light?
Well, I don't think does that light reach out where we are? Does it?
It probably has a little bit of an effect. It would cast some shadows, perhaps. Nothing major. It's kind of burning out a little bit. But yeah, I could fan the flames.
Well, so we can do something with that. I don't know what would be best. If it would be best to use it to
I could get
draw
rid of it.
attention.
I could snuff it out from here.
Is there anybody out there still? Yeah, might help. Or just leave it. If there's nobody
Xanthiel
there.
just like creep out on the porch and like wave her hand and cast prestidigitation and snuff out a small campfire.
Yeah, the fire goes out. Smoke just sort of rises into the air and then disappears as there's no source of combustion anymore. Very cool.
All right, so let's look at those floorboards. I do have a crowbar, so
Yeah, Des has one too.
let's check if we can do it without making too much noise, basically. But if we are going to make noise, maybe one of you can use your illusion thing to kind of turn the noise into something that's more like snoring or something like that.
I could just do a performance of snoring.
Yeah.
We could just do a performance outside to pretend like we're practicing or something while they're
Here you
making
go.
all that noise inside.
Do your goat sounds.
That was good.
What?
Des has minor illusion, so he could create snoring sounds.
All right, so you guys search the floorboards, and while none of them are loose necessarily, you do get the sense that if you spent some time, you could pry them up. Might take a little time, but you could do it. And it might be a little loud, so you might want to try to think about that plan that you have to cover that noise.
All right. Des will work up the snores.
And there's no windows on the back, right?
Just the front.
Because we could just sneak out the window. But not if it's next to the door.
Yeah. I think this is the best way out if we want to. If they're going to jump us tonight, they're probably watching us.
Nori will start a little wind noise with her silent image.
Silent image is silent. How does that work?
Oh, I mean, sorry, no, minor illusion.
Okay, I was like, I don't know if that's going to work. All right, minor illusion. You can do an auditory illusion.
Yep.
Okay.
How about
Alright.
using your owl to go like sort of on the other side of where we are and like make some owl noises.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let Lucky out. Have him fly out.
Just to, cause some noise or movement or whatever, like a bit of a disturbance or something to draw some attention away from where we are.
Yeah,
Just
sure. I
make
could do
somebody
that.
scream by the water. That's smart, right?
Is there a way for us to sort of make like fake us sleepings, like use our bedrolls and stuff in here to kind of make like, make it
I
look
don't
like
think-
people are sleeping?
That I
They
can
come
do,
all the
but
way in here, then that's a problem. So I don't think we need to worry about putting
I
our
think
bedding
it's just
in
yeah.
here.
Yeah, but if they send someone just to look through the window to see if we're still here.
just rustle up the blankets a little bit and make them look like,
Xanthi just closes the blind.
Cover the windows.
I'm still gonna make the beds look like we're sleeping in them with blanket.
I'm taking my bedroll with me.
Was there no bedding to
Yeah, I'm sure
start
there's
out with?
bedding. So
Yeah, so I'll just.
Oh, you guys have been sleeping on that icky bedding, like the
no, but it's there.
other people. I mean, how many people have slept on that? Do you think they ever watched it?
I didn't really
Nope.
think about that.
They might wash it with
I
lard.
just put my bedroll on top of the bed.
Yeah, that's what I did too, but at least the bedding's there for us to. Because I'm thinking, if my job is to make sure that these guys stay in the cabin and I come over and I look inside and I don't see them, or if I come over and I see that the blinds are closed, I might try to get inside. But if I come here and I check and I feel like I see them, if their job is just to keep an eye on us, it might buy us some time. Is what I'm saying. So I'll help Nori set that up.
Okay, so you've done some visual cues. You're working on some auditory subterfuge, and you are prying up some of the floorboards. Whoever is doing the prying, give me a sleight of hand check. And if you are, who's doing the prying?
Yeah, sleight of hand. Des would like to do it.
Yeah, I'll let Des, but I'll assist him.
Then you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Xanthi will be making really loud Lachlan snoring performance noises
All right.
to try to cover any like banging or prying.
Why don't we
Groaning
just get
of
Nori
words.
to play music? Nori
Are
could
you-
just be
Are
playing
you
music.
prepared to, Ashley, are you prepared to do a rendition of what Lachlan's snoring sounds like?
Will I get advantage if I do?
You might, depending on how good it is.
All right.
It's getting clipped out.
That's pretty good. I heard the
Not the good
part. Yeah.
I rolled an 18 and a natural 20 for my sleight of hand check for a total of 26.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll Xanthi with advantage on your performance check. That was nice. Yeah, very nice. And Nori, you're doing you're breaking wind. I mean, you're playing wind flutes.
Yep,
So
I'm
give me
making
a
the wind noise.
Yeah, you can give me a
cacophony of random
yeah, it's
stuff.
people that if there's
Just got
anybody
real
staking
noisy.
this place out, they're like, what is going on in there? me.
Hey, but they're not hearing us prying up the boards.
That's right.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
We're sawing different logs.
That's
I
right.
guess so. What'd you
I
get?
got an 18 for
Okay.
performance
And
of
how about
sounding
Nori?
like someone loudly snoring in this room.
I like it.
We needed me to roll something?
Yep. You're going to roll performance on your wind flute.
Wait,
Or no,
no.
sorry, not your flute, your illusion.
I have to roll
Isn't
a
that-
performance on my illusion?
Isn't that what you were doing? You're trying to
Why?
mimic the sound of wind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, roll
That's a
some dice.
one. I
A
did.
what?
It's one.
Oh. Okay. Well, luckily there's a lot of other things that are masking your terrible mimicry of wind. For some reason, you just can't quite get the wind straight. Meanwhile,
Sounds so
Lachlan,
Marty.
it's like blowing. Yeah, it's blowing in the wrong direction or something. Lachlan and Desmond are prying up the floorboards quietly. you pop them open, and you get to the point where you can see below. There's no foundation. These cabins are kind of built up on like stilts, almost like wooden pilings, and so you can see that there's dirt crowned underneath as you pull the floorboards up.
All right. If I look down, can I tell that at least the front of the building is kind of obscured? Like we could creep out this way?
The only thing that obscures it are the steps up to the front of the cabin. Otherwise, there's basically you get the sense that there's maybe about a 2.5 foot drop from the floor to the ground below.
Right. There's not a lot of cover, but
Can one of you use your illusion tricks to make shadows?
Listen to the wind. Do you want me to do that?
I'm
Not that
snoring
kind
as
of
loud as
wind,
I
so-
can.
A different kind of wind.
Okay, I can do that. It's just a cantrip, so I have plenty. I'll just... You want me to make shadows? I can do that. That's easy.
I'll ask Lucky to start hooting a lot.
Wait, do you have thaumaturgy?
So
Okay.
Des, how about you go first?
So one by one, you guys are going to attempt to dip out of this thing. So let's do a group stealth check, and we'll have the chat roll for Spug. So I need someone in chat to roll a d20, please.
I'm going to go with an advantage
Okay.
that I got from GFBF.
GDTRFB 1995.
That's right. GTRFB, Guitar Facebook, 1985.
GDTRFB.
24 for Des.
Okay.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Stealth.
Stealth. All of us?
Bip just rolled a 2
Group
for
stealth check.
for Spuggy.
A spug.
I hope that's okay if I call you Bip.
Probably knocks his head on the...
Oh,
Damn it, Spug.
oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
11.
11. Okay.
Aye.
Nori, what did you get?
21.
Ooh, all right. That's a success. And what about Lachlan?
16.
That's a success as well. You have more successes than failures.
That sounds
So
good.
the 5 of you slip out through the floorboards. Spugnor kind of comes out last, and he tries to pull the floorboards back to sort of cover the space, and then follows you. Now you're heading out into the nearby woods. Everybody roll a perception check.
Hey.
20.
Dope.
Nice.
Natural.
I would see better if
6.
I
22.
had any kind of light or dark vision, which I don't. So 7.
I do have dark vision.
I have dark vision. However,
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. All right, so you head out into the nearby woods, and it's like not that thick. There's some trees. This place has been fairly denuded of trees because of the logging operation, but there's a couple of seed trees that they left behind. They're not total animals. And so you get into the trees. Now, Nori, as you turn back and look, you can see that that there's some shadows that are being cast of humanoid figures from the glow coming from the main building. As you look around, you see that there's 1. You scan, there's 2. And you see a 3rd individual skulking in the shadows.
Yeah.
Where?
Kind of close to where the main building is. They were for a moment backlit by the building as they passed and sort of like were getting into some sort of a concealed position. You kind of lose them in the shadows as they disappear, but you definitely saw some shadows of people skulking about.
Okay. Keep going. Whoever is close to me too, I'll whisper, be quiet, they're out here.
Xanthi will then message Des and say,
We're out here. You can reply to this message.
Okay.
And then she'll do that to Lachlan too.
Right spot now.
So based on your stealth checks, you make it, a distance from the cabin, depending on how far you're going. That's up to you guys, but you get probably 20 to 30 feet from the cabin without any incident other than what Nori saw. What do you guys want to do at that point? Are you going to keep going into the woods? Are you going to try to do something else? What's your plan?
So
I
what
would think we
time
could go.
is it right now? So it just got dark? Or
Yeah, it's about an hour after sunset.
is it like 9 or 10?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And we got 3 hours of sleep. So we need another.
You guys rested. I don't know how many of you slept, but you got some rest, about 3 to 4 hours of rest. And then,
So we,
yeah,
okay. So we need
Yep.
another 4 to 5 hours, which would put us at like, God, math. Still the middle, still dark.
Yeah,
still
it would be
midnight.
before dawn.
Yeah.
It would be before dawn. It's, this is fall. So the sun sets early. It's probably like, clockwise, it's probably like 7 or 8.
Okay, so we could finish our sleep out here in the woods and still go over and like rob the warehouse at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, we just gotta be ready because if they go into the cabin to kill us or do anything, they realize we're not there. They're gonna pull out the dogs and they're gonna start coming out after us. So,
Why
Dave,
would
can
you give the
we-
DM that idea?
He's already thought of it. Can we get the other map of the town,
Sure.
please? Give me the map.
So you guys are like up right about here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say let's keep going like towards this area and hide out here maybe.
You want to sleep in the swamp?
I mean, is it not that far maybe, but in that general area, I would think would
Yeah.
be fine.
In the thick of it. But what
Yeah,
I'm
just where
thinking
it's
is
thicker.
if we realize they go to the cabin and realize we're not there and start something, we can cross the water, which is going to help us lose the dogs. Then we can make our way around and we can decide what we want to do. But I'd rather be on this side than up there,
We
Worst
wait
case
here.
scenario, we can swim out to the island. And I think that would be safe there.
Or we could just ambush the ambushers.
That's
which is
what I
also-
think too. If we wait here, we'll see it happen. Won't they
So-
be surprised?
What I would like to do, I think,
But
is
We all
we'll
need
crawl
rest.
out a little bit further. And then I would like to take maybe some of the food that we have and kind of lay it out somewhere kind of opposite direction where we're going, so that if they do release the dogs and they come out, they might go there first and kind of buy us some time.
I'm going to take a minute to have Lucky fly around that main logging camp house to see if the people are still outside. Was there somebody watching from outside?
There was 3 skulkers outside.
So as Daz, you're gonna go back to see if you can get eyes on these guys.
No, just look through Lucky's eyes.
Oh,
From a
okay.
Familiar's eyes.
Okay. Yeah, roll a perception check for Lucky as your familiar owl or owl familiar. There we go. Flies in and kind of does a quick low flight pattern over the cabin in the logging camp.
I mean, not amazing. 11.
Okay.
It does have
Yeah.
120 feet of dark vision too.
Sure. Yeah. So Lucky flies over the camp, sees your cabin, and let me just see here. Yeah. Lucky clocks 2 individuals that are moving up towards the cabin.
I didn't see that I have advantage with Lucky on those. Still horrible.
So you see two
Not any
individuals that are moving towards the cabin slowly.
Towards our cabin?
Mm-hmm.
There's two of them moving up towards our cabin.
All right. Well, so what's the deal? We want to like ambush the ambushers. We want to sleep out in the forest until we get our long rest.
Yeah, I'd say let's keep going and try to go find a spot to hide. We should cross some water to throw off the dogs. There's a tower down there. I don't know what that's all about. That might be a place to go hide.
No, you don't know anything about that.
Lucky could maybe like look for people who are coming, like might approach us when we sleep?
Sorry. I think I have to be awake for that.
Okay.
Because it's like I see through him.
Yeah, but you know, he's his own person, right?
Yeah. Lucky
Right.
could come down and like perch on your head if something's coming.
Scratch at your face a little bit.
I mean, his
Not
talons
too
are pretty
hard.
pokey.
Yeah,
and
they're
if he just
super
landed
sharp.
on you, it'd be pretty painful.
Or just come down and hoot in your face.
Right.
I like
I mean-
that.
Hoo!
We could have him keep watch. I mean, or we could just
One
take
of us
shifts.
Well, I think
Stay awake
one
too.
of us should stay up as well, but couldn't hurt to have him helping us out while we're sleeping.
All right. Well, there's a chance these two guys could go into our cabin, and it's all over anyway, right?
Well, I mean,
What if
it doesn't matter. We're
What
not
if I'm-
there.
we're still like 20 or 30 feet away, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're vectoring towards the cabin, what if we just wait till they open the door and I'll do the sound of a loud piercing scream? They can't all want to kill us. That's going to wake everybody else up here.
What do you want to like catch them and
Apprehend
have
them.
everybody show them that they snuck into your cabin, our cabin in the
We
night?
wouldn't stick around, but then they wouldn't be looking
Maybe.
for us tonight.
Maybe do the scream in another cabin.
We could do that, and then we might be able to leave a little easier.
I don't know. I think that would just make everybody look for us.
We
Yeah.
are doing all right now. Should we just keep going?
I think we should just go into the woods and sleep.
Right.
Okay, let's do it. I just want to stir up the hornet's nest.
Oh, it'll be stirred when they
Well,
realize we're not in the cabin.
Lucky
It might
for
get
you,
stirred.
Nori, as you say that, you hear someone shout, "They're not here! They're not here! They're not in the cabin!"
You're moving.
Let's go into the
Oi,
woods.
get the dogs!
Oh God!
You hear some commotion, and now as you're sort of making your way into the woods, trying to put distance between yourselves and the camp, you can see lantern lights sort of spring up. And so there's sort of like this movement of multiple lanterns being carried by your pursuers as they're searching about the campsite or the logging camp looking for you. Everybody give me another stealth check as you're trying to disappear into the woods.
I'll
You
use
hear in the distance, sounds good. You hear in the distance barking dogs.
Not great.
Des,
No.
Des,
Mm-hmm.
is Lucky strong enough to carry like a vial of oil?
Yeah.
I'd open up
So is my
vial of oil.
60-foot mage hand.
Well, it's because I'm thinking if I open up my vial of oil, we give it to Lucky and he goes and he drops it. We took out the fucking fire. God damn it.
Yeah, we put that out. Des only got a 13 for stealth.
I
I'm
only
just gonna
got a
bark for a
7.
while.
I got a 7.
I got a 14. Trust us to fail it now.
We rolled
You
this bug.
you start splashing into sort of the wet, marshy area around this river, and you can hear that there are people searching about the forest around you. I mean, they're hip to sort of what you guys are doing to some extent. They don't necessarily know exactly where you are yet, but given your stealth checks, some of the splashing that you cause may alert the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear
Could I
dog
do-
barking getting closer.
Could I do some minor illusions? The range is only 30 feet, but back behind us, just pop off like a snap of a twig,
Absolutely.
like another crack of leaves, or just different earth noises of us moving. but not
100%.
us.
Yep.
Okay,
100%. Let me just make a roll here. Okay.
just cantrips.
Yep, you're just popping them off as you're running, or maybe not running, but making your way through this underbrush and over these downed logs, and you can see the force gets a little bit thicker, and then it sort of thins out as you get to where the river sort of pours in. There must be a spring nearby because it's ice cold as you get your boots wet. Ice cold water that seeps out of this marshy area and must somehow feed Shimmer Lake, among other sources, perhaps.
Having gone to Shimmer Lake already, what do I think is how arduous a swim would it be to get there?
Pretty rough.
In full armor.
And that you know that the island itself is shrouded and dangerous. If you recall your travel to the island, there were a lot of rocks that you could get dashed up on, things of that nature. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but you could try and see what happens.
Wait, I'm sorry. How wide is it?
The river?
Yeah.
It's, maybe it depends on where you are. The farther to the northwest that you go, the narrower it is. The closer it is to the mouth of the river emptying into Shimmer Lake, the wider it is. It's nothing like the river that you guys traveled on. Imridy's Run that you traveled on to get here from Nulb is a big river. This is more of like a marshy, wet area.
To lose the dogs. So
What if we just waded into the water, like up into a head level, and then walked along the lake back towards the general store?
Or just further out.
I could jump over it with a rope.
Over the general store?
Getting across the river, this little river area. Here, let's bring up the map so people can.
I don't think we should keep going east.
This is not hard to get
further
across.
away from everything, and there's this big cliff.
This just
and
gets
I
you
don't know if
wet.
we can cross the dam if we keep going east. But if we go into the lake and we walk like hidden, like along the bottom, so we're not actually swimming, but we are like submerged.
You realize that the difference in height in all of us means we're going to have to be pretty separated.
I mean,
well, the taller of us can crouch
maybe.
down. Have you ever seen someone do the crouch walk, like while they're in the water? It's very easy to do.
So
Well, we
Dave, you
have to-
said this would just get us wet. It's not very deep.
Yeah, it's not like super treacherous, other than the fact that it's nighttime and you're crossing this marshy area. You're going to get wet unless you take some other precautions. But yeah, it's nothing like the Imridy's Run, which was a rapidly flowing river.
I still think we should cross this. It's going to at least get the dogs off our scent for a bit. If we go in here and then go up a little bit and cross, they're not going to know where we crossed.
For the moment, you hear dogs barking, and it seems like perhaps Nori's her subterfuge worked, because they seem to be a little bit farther away from you to the northeast of your position. You guys are basically at where this little flag token is.
Yeah.
Let's cross now.
Yeah, I would say let's cross, and then we can keep going around the lake if needs be. and
Well,
kinda
we
go
can't
like that.
go around the south of the lake because that's the deep part of the dam.
Well,
So
no, but we
what
can
I'm
get all the
saying
way
is-
to the dam, is what I'm saying.
Sorry, what?
yeah, we don't have to go all the way over here.
Yeah,
But we could hang out down here or something.
We
Well-
can get down on that side.
But
Is there
I'm
a little
saying that
house
if we
down
go
the hill?
in, we can go along
Yeah,
this
down here.
way.
All right, let's do that. Let's
As
go
you guys
into
are
the
having
water
this
and go
discussion,
down
you
the
hear,
river.
"You got something, Tina? You got something? You got something, Tina?"
They just walks into the stream.
You
Des
hear a
will
dog.
try to jump over with a
Whoa,
rope
girl, whoa,
so
girl,
people
slow
can get
down.
across.
You hear a voice of somebody calling out to their dog as they're coming to your direction. In your direction, you don't know anything about that. What are you doing?
Just get in the
I'll
water.
follow whatever Xanthi wants to do. I'll follow.
Xanthi
Okay.
will also like take her pack and kind of lift it up so it's not gonna get wet.
Dez grabs one end of a rope and jumps across the stream with his
Okay.
ring of jumping.
All right. So you're jumping across the stream. I guess I don't understand what the other folks are doing. Are you wading into the lake or are you just fording the river?
Well, we're kind of in the river part of it because of where the flag is, but I would like to go west, like into the lake and west.
I
But
don't think we should go into the lake. Every time I go into water in D&D, it doesn't end well.
Nori will take the rope and she'll help herself across the river. If it's right there.
Dez's intention was to just help pull people across the stream with the rope.
Spug is following that. So Desmond jumps across with a rope. Spug is coming up behind him, following the rope, getting super wet, but
Yeah,
not
so I got it wrapped
carrying.
around a little tree and just
You can hear
Give it
almost hear the dogs panting as it's chasing. You got some, Tina?
Cross the river, Xanthi. Come on.
I'm already in the river, so I'll cross the river.
Same.
Or you guys get to the other side of the river, and as you're sort of pulling yourself onto the shoreline of the river to where Desmond is, you can see with a little bit of moonlight that shines through the parting clouds that there is, and you see the glimmer of a sword. As a guy comes up to the shoreline, you can hear the dog like splashing in the water. You can kind of see the shape of the dog and a guy standing there. What is it, girl? What is it?
Are we?
You guys
Are we
just gonna
hiding?
keep going?
Are we trying to? Yeah, I mean,
Roll a stealth check.
Dez is going to try to hide, just lay
Okay.
low.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Four.
Uh-oh.
Dez got another 24.
Okay.
I got 15.
Okay.
An 8.
All right. So you hear the dog start to growl. And you can hear the guy say, "Hold on, Tina, hold on. Hey, I think we got something over here. We got something."
Xanthi turns into Brock.
Okay.
Ugh.
What do you do, Xanthi?
I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna use my telekinetic shove and try to shove him into the water.
Well, hold on a second before you do that, because I want to find out what Ashley's thinking with this. So you're gonna shape change.
Yeah, it's dark.
Give,
Nobody can see me.
yeah, give me a charisma check, please.
6.
All right. I mean, you think you've done it. You don't know, but you think you like tried as hard as you could, and you look down at your hands. They're man's hands, hairy arms. It looks like you bite your nails.
I'm gonna like. Is anyone near me?
Probably,
Like from our party?
likely.
Baby Nori.
I'm like,
Nori, do I look like Brock? I don't know. I never saw him. I just saw him
Not
from
the
far
right
away on the
person to
boat, and then he
ask.
got eaten.
Xanthi's gonna prestidigitate a symbol of a black hand on her hand, and then just she's gonna go to the edge of the river and yell out, "They're not over here!
What?
They're not over here! I think they went up the river!"
You see a torch light up, and you see a guy walking, and there's a dog, and he's got it on a leash, and he's holding it back. He's like, "Who's there?" He's holding the torch up. Brock, who? I don't know.
You know, from Nulb.
What are you doing way over here? Come on.
I was trying to find those jerks.
Tina must have been smelling you then. It's okay, Tina. Come on. Shh. No, good girl. Good girl, Tina. Here's a treat.
Yeah, I think they went that way. Points.
Oh, let's go.
Back.
Come on. Let's go back. The guys are going to want to know what you found out here.
Okay, but I got to take a piss first.
That's a bit personal. All right, I'll wait.
I know, all right. Like,
I'll
be
wait.
right there. I'm going to pee in this river.
He turns
All
away.
right.
Are you done yet? Jeez.
I can't do it if you're listening.
Shh, it's okay, Tina. All right, well, Tina and I will walk over here. You take care of your business, but we got to get back to the others and find these scoundrels.
All right. I'll be there in just like 5.
Look, if we don't find them, Gromlin's going to be fucking pissed.
I know.
You know what
I
happens
know.
when... All right. He walks away a little bit. You can still see the glow. All of you are seeing this happen. You heard everything. You know, this whole thing went down in front of you. And there's this individual with his dog, Tina, he's holding back. He's like trying to console Tina, but Tina is like, Tina knows what's going on. Let's just put it that way. This guy is not as smart as his dog.
I probably still smell like Xanthi, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, wave the guys off and like try to sneak back with the group.
Well, hold on one sec. So while you're doing this, I'm taking a piss thing. Let's go back over to Desmond. Des, what are you doing?
Oh, if she just got up and started talking to the guy, I'm not going to try to shove him.
Okay. So are you guys doing anything else while this is happening? Just laying
hiding.
low. Okay.
Quiet.
Waiting for a chance to kind of start slipping away.
Lachlan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang low and wait for the coast to clear.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Xanthi. What are you going to do?
Under the pretense that I'm going to pee somewhere, I'm going to cautiously walk like away from that dude.
Okay. Where are you going to go?
The way that we wanted to go. I don't know, for like further south or whatever.
Okay. So you're just going to walk off. The rest
Yeah,
of
I'm just
you,
gonna
the rest of you
try to
are hiding, and you watch as Xanthi walks away.
Brock.
Yeah, Des will get up and
It's Brock.
go after her. Try to sneak out.
And
Okay.
I'll just have the illusion like melt off me back into Xanthi. As I'm
All right. Well,
walking
Lachlan, Desmond, and Nori give me stealth checks. All right, hurry it up. Let's go.
14.
19.
12.
Okay. Hey, Brock. Fuck.
Xanthi's way off. Gone.
So you guys head out into the woods. You get the sense that this guy probably knows that he was just duped. You hear dogs barking. He probably looks for you momentarily and then realizes that you hoodwinked him somehow. And he feels really, his internal monologue is not good because he knows he's going to get in a lot of trouble. So there's a full-on search of the woods at this point that happens. And I guess we're going to have to wait to see how that plays out until next time we play, because it's getting kind of late. And I think this is a good spot to end tonight's session, as you guys are trying to evade capture in the woods with a man and woman hunt happening in the forests around Shimmer Lake. I bid you all good luck. We'll see what happens next time. All right. Well, there we go. We're on the hunt again here in Greyhawk because that's how things happen. Awesome first use of your abilities as a shape changer. That was pretty sweet. I'm glad you did that. Anyhow,
How bad was my Brock impression?
it wasn't bad. It wasn't. I mean, he didn't know Brock. He didn't know Brock, so it didn't really matter that much. Like, you got the sense he had no idea who you were talking about or who you were saying you were. But yeah, he knows that you pulled one over on him pretty much after you disappeared while taking a piss.
I figured that would take 3 to 5 minutes before he actually started looking for him.
Yeah, I mean,
And so
it probably did take that time. You guys definitely have put some distance, but they know that you went that way. So they're going to be looking for you. And we'll see how that plays out next time we play, which will be next week. All right, let's go around the virtual table here and, let people know who you are, what you've got going on, where they can find you. And just before we do that, a quick reminder that we are having a giveaway. CZRPG, our sponsors, have graciously donated the Ultimate River map pack. And we're going to give that away to one lucky winner in just a couple of minutes. Please enter to win! ! Drawing to get in on the big win there. We're going to draw one lucky winner in just a second. Then we're going to raid into some of our friends to pass on the love. So let's start with the Bleak Season. Hello, Bleak.
Hey, what's up? You can find me at the Bleak Season on Twitter, just Bleak Season on Blue Sky, and you can find me right here on Thursday with Andy running some Lord of the Rings, starting a new arc in our series. And on Saturday morning, 11 CT, 12 noon Eastern, we're doing a little Dragonbane one-shot with Dave here and Little Bones who's in chat right now, and a bunch of cool people. So come on in and check it out.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Bleak. Let's jump over to Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Threads and Minnesota Muse on Blue Sky and Minnesota Muse on our Discord. So come and check us out on our Discord.
Thank you so much. Let's jump over to Shelly.
Hey, I'm Shelly. You can find me on Twitter at Real Flea Monkey or on the chat as Flea Monkey. Wednesday nights, I play a game over with Tithalanos, Pathfinder 2E, and I'm also playing on Saturday with Dragonbane.
Hell yeah. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, who else is in the game?
Yeah, who else is playing there?
This face.
It's you and Shiv. That's right.
Shelly, what's the next thing you're doing on your Instagram? Because people need to know that you have the best Instagram on the gram. So what's next?
Doing night photography.
Ooh, that sounds very cool.
I hope it will be. We'll see.
All right. Well, last month it was jumping, and it was epic.
Last month it was jumping.
It was so good. I really enjoyed it.
Jumping.
Oh, the best. Your legs must be so strong.
Let's gonna do underwater photography.
Nope, never. Nope.
Okay.
No,
don't like the water.
Okay,
nope.
Good to know. Just park cat. Let's jump over to Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D, here on Twitch and on Twitter and in other internet-y type places, Discord. Come check us out over on our Discord server. You can find me here every Tuesday night playing Desmond, the Cursed Rogue, and also helping out Thursday nights with Bleak's game coming up. Come check us out. It'll be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. Thank you for doing that, Andy. It's great to have you on the production team. Just as a quick reminder to folks, Virtual Greyhawk Con is now open for registration. It's $5 to get into a weekend of gaming in Greyhawk. There are going to be a lot of games. The registration for events and games begins on August 14th. So I highly encourage you. I'll drop a link here in the chat for you to go and register to play. I think some of the folks that are on the screen here will be there playing games. I know I'll be running a game. So yeah, come and check it out and get involved with this awesome community. It really, it's a very welcoming and fun group of people. So I think you'll enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get ready to run our giveaway. You have just a couple of seconds left, !drawing to get in on the giveaway. We are giving away the Ultimate River Map Pack. You guys, this thing is pretty badass. It is 68 maps with a variety of different versions that you can drop into your riverine campaigns and adventures. So yeah, get in on that. We're going to give this thing away right now. Ashley, if you wouldn't mind giving us the 5-second countdown, please.
All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here it comes. Bip. Baptized in
Yeah,
plus. All right. Vying for the leader of the pack against Cardman. So I think you're lucky Cardman didn't drop in and snag it. But congratulations,
Straight out of
baptized in pus, a fellow Minnesotan. So let's see, are you in the chat? I think you were here just a minute ago, so just want to clarify if you are. So maybe somebody ping them or mention them.
There he
Oh,
is.
there we
He's
are.
there. Yay.
Hey. All right, cool. I will get in touch with you in the DMs and get you that content. We are going to go ahead and raid into somebody here. Let's figure out who we're raiding into. Let's raid into the initiative order. Looks like they're playing some D&D. I don't know if we've ever raided them before. Let's do it. That'll be kind of fun. As we raid in, please give them some good old-fashioned Guild Superior love. They're creative folks, and so are you, and so are we, and we want to support each other. So let's do that. We will see you all on Thursday for some Lord of the Rings action. Yep. Bye-bye.